In a world where Dolly vision shines so bright, a hero reports live, his voice cuts through the night. With every like, share, and subscribe he gains, he's the ultimate crime stopper, justice reigns. He plays his guitar, strumming a call to arms. Rock strums a battle cry, a fight for truth and charms. Each note a warning, each chord a plea. Join the fight, stand up, let's break the deceit. Like, share, subscribe, do the things we like. Let's unite and be the light. Like, share, subscribe, let's rise like we'll fight for what's right. He fights the fake news, with facts he prevails. His channel lights the way through lies and dark trails. With every view the truth is shown, he's the hero, the vigilante, the one. Through the chaos, his voice rings clear. A beacon of hope, a fighter without fear. Like, share, subscribe, we're a force. Rock together, we can change the course. Like, share, subscribe, do the things you rock. Let's unite and be the love. Like, share, subscribe, let's rise, rock, we'll fight for next light. Like, share, subscribe, do the things rock. Let's unite and be the light. Like, share, subscribe, let's rise, rock, we'll fight for what's right. Like, share, subscribe, do the things rock. Let's unite and be the light. Like, share, subscribe, let's rise, rock, we'll fight for what's right.
What is going on, YouTube? Good to see you guys. We have a press conference coming up at 3 o'clock. Well, 4 o'clock my time, 3 o'clock Central. The Audi A3 has been found. But before I get into all that information, I'm going to need you guys to leave your DNA all over the like button, okay? Just in case something happens to you in Tennessee or you go missing in the deep woods of Nova Scotia, Dolly needs your DNA on file to track you down. Okay, so if you're brand new out there, definitely sub up the channel, ring the bell for notifications, help us hit 72,000 people. We're on that road to 100K, and I can't do it without the help of each and every one of you. So, you know, we've been talking about this case for the past couple of days. And, you know, we found out there was a sighting in Jackson at a coffee shop. Okay. So it appears that he was at this coffee shop in Jackson because they have found his car in Jackson abandoned, unoccupied, but they have not found him. So at this point, until they released that he was the killer, he wasn't on the run. He thought he had got away with it, is what it appears, okay? And then once they announced that it was him, he found out that he was wanted, and he dumped that car. Because if he knew he was wanted, would he have really stopped at a coffee shop and been seen? So the people that had seen him in Jackson were correct. He was in Jackson, Tennessee. But where is he now? It's the $15,000 question, because there is a reward for him. So soon as I get this press conference, we will pull it up. PJ is on it. Okay. So quadruple murder, just in case you don't know, I'll just recap for a second. You know, 4 bodies were found alongside of a road that leads to a prison. Austin Drummond was alleged to be the killer. And since then, he has been on the run in a white Audi A3, 2016 white Audi. But that Audi has been found. But you know what hasn't been found yet? The Ford truck, the 1986 Ford F-150 white with a red stripe still hasn't been found. Is there someone out there helping him? Did he act alone? This is a question we've been asking a lot about because we know there's 2 vehicles involved and one vehicle's missing. They found the other vehicle. Did he have an accomplice? Now, press conference is coming up. Do they know more? Have they caught him? Okay, we don't know quite yet. We're going to find out some more information in this press conference that's coming up right here in just a few minutes at 4 o'clock. As soon as I get my hands on it, I know it's on WREG News 3. So I'm going to be on the lookout for when PJ sends me the link to it. All right. Okay. PJ, that has nothing to do with it. A new baby has been surrendered at the safe haven in Nashville. Okay, a new baby. A lot of people are just leaving their babies. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's close to dinner time, Dolly. Gotta eat. Okay, thank you so much for your donation to the channel. And this dude is a purity monster. We learned that he shouldn't be out of prison. He is charged with trying to unalive someone in the prison system, and they still let him out on a $30,000 bond. So he was getting ready to go back to prison probably for the rest of his life for attempted murder. So what really did he have to lose? Well, his life, because Tennessee has the death penalty. So now he's going to actually get the death penalty and be put on death row. And we seen pictures of how he was living in prison. He was sleeping with the guards, playing video games, had a flat screen TV, multiple phones, was drinking Ciroc. They were getting pretty much whatever they wanted into the prison. No, I just woke up. So I'm a little hoarse. Okay, so I'm okay. I'm not sick. You're right. Thank you for your support. So he was living his best life in the prison and he wasn't too concerned about going back. Dolly, you sound like you may be getting sick. No, it's just, I just woke up, guys. I'm okay. I got a little bit of, I need something to drink is what it is. Trust me, I'm fine. I did get caught out in the rain last night. I took my car out for a drive and I got a few miles from the house and it started pouring down rain. So I had to stop at a gas station and sit there after I got soaking wet, but I don't feel sick. I did just wake up. So maybe that's why I sound a little groggy and I'm still getting my bearings with me. PJ woke me up to cover the press conference. He said, you know, there's a press conference. And I was just, well, I was awake, but I was still in bed, kind of just lounging. So, but I'm here. I made it. Okay. But the good news is they found the car. The bad news is that means he's in something. We don't know what he's driving. So hopefully there's some reports of a stolen vehicle in Jackson because he had to have another vehicle or he does have an accomplice. All right. BJ, have we found this press conference yet? Wait, and it's not posted at the moment. Okay, as soon as this thing gets posted, we will have it. Why the bright lights in your face, Dolly? Give me 1 second. It was a little bright, right? It was a little bright. Somebody moved the light. It's still a little bright over here. It could have been turned a little bit more, but it's just my lighting. $229. Make sure y'all hit that like button. There's 640 of you in here. We're just waiting for the press conference to start. And if you're just tuning in, they have found his vehicle. It was in Jackson, Tennessee. He's still on the run. Where is he going? Where is he at? Who is helping him? And what is the motive of this? Dolly, you look like you're being interrogated. All right. Is that better that I moved the light? If someone here sees it, let us know. Yes, if you find the press conference before us, thank you so much for your super sticker. That is super awesome of you. USA. Everybody says, no, that's not better. It's still bright. I think it might be this light next. Is it this side that's too bright? I ain't going to worry with it right now. I'm not worried about it right now. It's good. It's not shining in my eyes. You look like you have a flashlight on your face. Okay. I'm lit up. That's good. Well, sent you. Okay. All right. Got it. All right. Let's pull this up. This is the press conference. All right, we got it. Let's make sure it's all the way up. Let's blow it up. All right, soon as Helena, thank you so much. Wow. Thank you guys. Thank you for the super chats. That is super awesome of you. Let me turn this light a little bit. That's probably worse. That better? Let's see. That's a little bit better, right? It don't look like I got a flashlight in my face now. Loves Dan, thank you so much for gifting that membership. Guys, if you're just tuning in, give this video a like. We're just waiting on the press conference to start. They did find his car. Hopefully, they're going to come up here and tell us they caught this guy, right? We don't know. But they did find the Audi in Jackson, Tennessee. It does appear that he was there at a coffee shop. There has been sightings of him. So at this time, he may still be in Tennessee. He may be too stupid to run. Is somebody helping him? We got 301 likes and almost 800 people in the room. Okay. Hit the like as you come in. A reward totaling 15,000 is in place. Yes. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Good to see you guys. Thank you for tuning in with us. You know, Dolly's going to bring you the latest, greatest news in true crime. Okay. DNA 313 left. Okay. We definitely got to get that up before the press conference starts. Not only that, but share this on your Facebook if you're super cool. If you're not super cool, don't worry about sharing it. If you're a big old lame-o, I don't want you sharing my videos. But if you're super cool out there, definitely share it. And please, guys, hit the like button for me. It helps spread awareness, and it helps the channel grow. It helps new people find the channel. It helps the algorithm pick us up. So, and I told you I can't do these things without your help out there. So, you was $299. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for everybody that has hit the like. P. Jen, thank you so much for being here with us, and thank you for your super sticker. You're awesome. Welcome to the Blessed Express today. You ain't blessed unless you ride in the Express. And it's already 4:05, so they're a little bit late, but we're here. We're ready. It may just be the same information. Sherry says, justice for the victims in Dyersburg, Tennessee. Absolutely. And this guy is going to get caught. Miss Southpaw sends a super sticker. Thank you for jumping on the Blessed Express, guys. You rhyme with the best when you on the Express. You guys are sitting VIP too. Y'all got a VIP seat. You, Helena, all of you guys, y'all all trying to jump in the VIP cart today. Jackson's only 45 minutes from where they were found. So he didn't go far. It sounds like he may still be in the area because he was spotted the day after in Jackson at a coffee shop. Okay, out of all things. T says, love Dolly and PJ and all the crew. Yes, we got some of the best mods and crew here at Dolly Vision. Better than anybody else on YouTube. Okay? Better than any channel. We got the best mods and the best people. I tell people all the time that I have the best viewers ever. Nobody on these YouTube streets got better viewers than Dolly Vision. All right? I don't care what they say. I'm here in downtown Dyersburg, but I'm not going to press conference. Okay, well, we'll have the press conference right here for you guys live as soon as it kicks off. We have it pulled up. We're just waiting for the news of what is going on. It may just be to update us on that they found the vehicle. It was unoccupied. They found it in Jackson. So maybe he's too dumb to run. Action News 5. Okay, Action News 5. What about Action News 5? It's on Action News 5. Somebody send me the link real fast. PJ, Action News 5. All right, hold on. Shit.
This incident has this community on edge. I can assure you that
It's blurry.
Local federal agencies have been working around the clock since Tuesday when we were notified of this incident, that we are working to determine all the facts of the case and to bring the identified individual, Austin Robert Drummond, and to determine what he may know about this tragic incident. This investigation began at the request of 29th District Attorney General Danny Goodman. I can tell you that our authorities, local, state, and federal, have been working on this since we got this call. The last confirmed sighting of the individual who is the suspect in this case at this time and is now wanted was on Wednesday in Jackson. The victims were discovered on Tuesday, July 29th, in a wooded area along Carrington Road in Tiptonville. Based on what we know at this time, we do not believe that this was a random act of violence. It appears, with all the information we have, is that this was a targeted incident. This is why I think it's critical for us to reach out and appeal to Austin and those who may be assisting him to turn himself in, or for them to call us and let us know where he is so that we can bring him in to question him about what took place. We know, frankly, that based on information of the incident, that while this was an extremely tragic and violent event, that there was a sign of compassion, if you will, that we know happened, that tells us that there's a possibility that Austin may have a sense that that there is hope for him to be able to come in and have a conversation about what happened. And
that conversation, you go to prison, bro.
To give us a call. Let's pick you up or bring yourself in. Find a legal representative and come by and let's sit down and have about what happened. We recently have discovered the vehicle that he was last seen in. The information has now been put out to the public in the area where it was discovered. Last seen driving a white 2016 Audi A3, and that had damage on the vehicle. That vehicle was recently discovered on the dead end of MCO Road. That's Mike Charlie Oscar Road here in Jackson. Law enforcement has put out a notification to those in that area to lock their doors and be alert. And they will notice a large police presence in that area, and for them to stay aware and stay safe, and to call immediately to 911 if they see this subject, or if they see anything challenging or concerning. There have been charges filed through the Attorney General's, through the District Attorney General's office. 28-year-old Austin Robert Drummond.
They have the worst feed ever.
For 4 counts of first-degree murder, 1 count of aggravated kidnapping, dangerous felony, and he is considered armed and dangerous. This is why we're advising the public not to engage with him, to call us if you see him, if you have information about his whereabouts, to reach out through the 1-800 TBI Find line. We have also, in conjunction with the U.S. Marshals, put a $15,000 reward for information leading to his arrest and conviction. And so we ask those who may know something about this case to please reach out and call law enforcement. I do want to thank our partners. This has been an absolutely difficult few days here in the area, Lake and Dyer and here in Jackson. It's been a difficult few days, and I want to thank our partners. There has been an amazing response from many authorities in this, and I'll mention a few. This is not a comprehensive list, but there are a few that I want to mention and thank for their dogged determination in this investigation. It includes our folks with Lake County Sheriff's Office.
Hit the like, guys. Let's get it up to 1,000.
Dyer County Sheriff's Office and Sheriff Box. The Crockett County Sheriff's Office. Dyersburg PD. Tiptonville PD. Of course, Jackson PD. Also on the state side, we've had TWRA, the Highway Patrol, State Parks, and of course, the District Attorney's Office from the 29th. On the federal side, we've had the United States Marshal Service, Two Rivers Violent Fugitive Task Force working closely with us, as well as the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Again, I think it's critical that the public know that, one, this is not a random act. And so I think if there's any solace in that, there should be, that it was not random. And frankly, an act of that this individual that we believe is of interest and certainly have charges on. There was an act after the event that we believe shows some humanity, and so we're appealing to that piece, as inhumane as the situation is, but we're appealing to that within this individual to come to us and tell us what happened. Right? Let us work through this and figure out what happened.
Let us give you the death penalty.
Bring some resolution to this.
Guys, we got to get those likes up.
I want to thank all.
We only got 500 likes
in this effort, and really, I'm extremely proud of our team here at TBI. They have been working around the clock, putting in every resource that we have to attempt to want to investigate this case, but also to bring resolution. So with that, I will turn it over to General Goodman for his comments. General.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. I don't have a lot to add, but I do have a few things that I would like to say. First of all, there can't be any more tragedy, anything more tragic to happen to the person than the loss of a family member. Unfortunately, we have, in this case, a family who have lost multiple people. And so our heart goes out to the family. It goes out to the family that's going to be dealing with the child and raising a child that has lost both parents now. So our hearts go out to those individuals. I would like to thank the law enforcement. This has been nothing short of impressive. As Director Ralph said, they've worked 24 hours a day. I don't think I've ever been so impressed with the information has come in so rapidly in this case. It seems like just every 5 to 10 minutes, there's new information coming in. So without this team, the tier, there's no way we would be where we are at this point.
Yes, it's live, guys.
The other thing is we are dealing with an extremely violent individual. This was what we would think is an isolated incident. It's not anything to where we think the community is in danger because of a person who may be out here randomly targeting people. We don't think that's the case at all. However, we do need the community to be very careful. We do not need them to try to approach this person. We do need help. And we appreciate the media being here because there's a lot of things we couldn't do and information we couldn't get out without you. But we need the community as well. So if anyone does have any information, don't approach the individual. Just contact the TBI hotline, call 911.
Yes, he was spotted in Jackson.
Not only is he known to be a violent offender because of this incident, he's been violent in the past. So we know that this is an individual.
We cannot control the feed, guys. This is the feed straight from the news.
And other than that, I'll take questions if you have any, but I'll turn it over. Is someone else wants to speak? Yes, okay, all right.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the United States Marshal Service, I want to send our sincere condolences to the family of those affected. Again, such a tragic loss. I cannot imagine what they may be going through. And I'm a firm believer that the only way to achieve justice, if you will, is to hold someone accountable. And that's why we are assembled here today. Everyone here, although we may wear different badges, different lapel pins, our agencies have different names. Some are federal, some are state, some are local. But let me assure you, we are unified in our efforts to find Austin Drummond. This individual has shown a propensity for violence, and he needs to be taken off the streets. We would like to do that peacefully. We would like for him to turn himself in. That way we can assure that he's taken into custody safely and that there's no injury to law enforcement or the public. But let me assure you of this. The U.S. Marshal Service will not stop until he's in custody. we have our whole team dedicated in prioritizing this incident. And it's not a matter of if, but a
Their
matter of when
feet
he's
just
found.
sucks.
And it's not just here in West Tennessee, but we have support divisions at headquarters that are also assisting this effort. So as you know, there's been a reward offered. And to those who may know where he is, we don't care about where he may be, other than you giving us the information, and you will get paid, no questions asked. So that is the priority, is for him to turn himself in. But if not, then that reward does stand, and we will gladly take him into custody. And again, I want to thank everybody involved. The TBI has done a phenomenal job, as always, with the investigation. The other law enforcement agencies that have been mentioned, everyone, we are unified in our efforts to find him. So again, I just want to thank you for being here today and helping us get this message out. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. My name is Stephen Sutton, and I'm here today on behalf of Lake County Sheriff Brian Avery and Dyer County Sheriff Jeff Box to address two deeply troubling incidences that have recently affected our communities. This past Tuesday, we faced a heart-wrenching situation where an infant was found about 3:11 p.m. on Old Highway 20, abandoned in a car seat just off of Highway 412. It was immediately dropped off, and EMS was called to evaluate the baby. And I'm glad to report that thankfully the baby is safe and being cared for. And the Dyer County Sheriff's Office does have jurisdiction into the investigation regarding this abandoned child. In addition to the distressing scenario, we're also dealing with 4 tragic homicides that occurred in Lake County. And just as those before me have expressed, our hearts go out to all of those families and friends that have been deeply impacted with pain and grief of the actions that have occurred this week. Each life lost is truly a tragedy, and we extend our deepest sympathies to all of those who are grieving. And we want to assure you that we're doing everything in our power to uncover the truth and to provide answers. I want to take a moment to again express our gratitude to all of the law enforcement partners, state partners, federal, local, who have been tirelessly working around the clock to bring justice to these families. And their dedication and commitment during such challenging times surely are commendable. I must emphasize that our primary focus remains on locating Austin Drummond, who's still considered a suspect at large in these ongoing investigations. Finding him is our singular focus, and we urge anyone with any information regarding his whereabouts to please come forward. Your assistance is crucial in helping us bring closure to these families and restoring peace to our communities. We appreciate your cooperation. We appreciate your patience as this investigation unfolds. Thank you for your understanding as we navigate these sensitive matters, and we will keep you updated with any new developments as they arise. Thank you. Lake County Sheriff Brian Avery, Dyer County Sheriff.
We will also play the replay of this when they clear it up. We'll play it again.
Good afternoon. I'm Derek Tisdale with the Jackson Police
But
Department.
this is the live feed.
First, on behalf of the Jackson Police Department and the citizens of this great city, Jackson, Tennessee, we want to express our sincere condolences for the family that has so tragically lost their loved ones. But what I want to speak to is what we're doing in this ongoing effort. In a collaborative effort, we are continuing to partner with the federal, state agencies to bring about the safe apprehension of this individual, Mr. Drummond. We as as officers of the Jackson Police Department, we have officers that are dedicated as task force officers and working with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, also with the U.S. Marshal Services. We will continue to do that. We will also continue to bring forth any and all resources that we have that will assist the other agencies in bringing this to bear. What we want, or what I would want to encourage, is that our citizens be aware of your surroundings when you're in or out or around your places of residence. We want you to be mindful of what we're putting out and be attentive to what we're putting out. Because not only are we trying to safely apprehend Mr. Drummond, but we also want to keep you safe. So on behalf of the Jackson Police Department, we will continue to partner with these agencies until this individual has been brought to justice. And if anybody sees this individual, again, I want to reemphasize what everybody else has said. Please call 911 or call the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations. Thank you.
All right, we will open it up to some questions now if you have questions.
Imani Williams with Channel 5 out of Memphis. You talked about a sign of compassion that you all saw from Drummond. Is that him dropping off the baby?
Yeah, so what you're asking is what, when I mentioned a sign of compassion from the suspect, yes. So they brought attention when they dropped the child off, brought attention. There were people nearby, and so brought attention to those people to come and get the child. Yes, sir.
Channel 3 in Memphis. So the outline or the lineup is that the baby was dropped off first before the homicide report. But what's the timeline?
Yeah, so all of that is still under active investigation. You're asking about the timeline for the incidents. At this point, that is all actively being investigated.
And how about the scene on Carrington Drive? Did the suspect go separately? Was he with the other parties? What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I won't go, but you're asking again about specifics of the crime scene itself. We won't go into detail on the specifics of the crime scene at this time. It's a very active and engaged.
There was bullet holes in the Dodge Charger.
And Drummond's relationship with any of them, were they family members or in a relationship? Can you confirm any of that at this time?
Yeah, I appreciate you're asking about the relationship of the suspect with the individual victims. There was a familial between the suspect and the
Choice for speak at all.
specifics of we won't go into the specifics of the investigation at this time.
Brooklyn Channel 7 in Jackson. Is he still in Jackson? Are we aware of that, or are we expecting him to?
In terms of the location of the suspect at this time, we believe that the suspect is still in the area based on the potential information that we are working through. So at this time, we believe that he is still in this area.
Imani again with Channel 5. We're in Jackson. We were in Dyer and Lake County earlier this week. Kind of talk a little bit about how important Jackson is to the investigation when it looks like he may be from Jackson. Yeah,
so in terms of the importance of Jackson to this investigation, obviously all of the area here, Jackson, Lake, Dyer, this entire region, if you will, are critical in this investigation. Obviously, direct ties to the Jackson area, and that is why there is concern and focus. The vehicle being found here in Jackson certainly heightens that focus. So Jackson and the Jackson PD are critical partners as we continue to try to bring Austin in to be able to try to figure out the answers and resolve this.
Troy Grant again with Fox 13 Memphis. So do you guys believe someone had assistance in committing the crime, and do you think someone is helping him stay hidden right now?
Yeah, I hate not giving all the specific, but those questions that you're asking about if he was assisted and any, those are all details of the investigation that we won't get into at this time.
Channel 7 again. Is he on foot? Is he in another car? I know you said the car was found.
Yeah, Brooke, in terms of is he on foot or if he's had another vehicle, those are all parts that we're still investigating.
Earlier, he was recently incarcerated. Were those charges aggravated robbery, aggravated kidnapping? Can you talk to that a little bit?
I'll yield to the general on that information. General.
Austin Drummond was convicted in Madison County several years ago for an aggravated robbery. He was sentenced to the Tennessee Department of Corrections, and he was housed at Northwest Correctional, which is in Tiptonville, Lake County. He completed that sentence. So it's what we call flattening the sentence. So he doesn't actually come out on parole or probation. He's just released because he's done all of his time in prison. While he was in prison, he received other charges. We actually took him to grand jury in Lake County because since it occurred at the prison, then it was in our jurisdiction. He had some drug charges that we indicted him for. And then shortly after that, he actually was charged and indicted in Lake County for attempted first degree murder, which took place inside the prison. Because he completed his sentence, then that was just like any other sentence that a person on the street would have committed. So what happened is once he was released from the Department of Corrections, the Lake County Sheriff's Department picked him up, brought him, and he made bond. So he has been out on bond on those charges when we think that this was allegedly committed.
Which of these pictures is the most accurate of him currently?
My understanding is the one with facial hair.
Yes.
Okay, so this feed is just horrible.
Well, they're always going to advise the public to be careful, be vigilant, watching their surroundings. But as far as any orders that would be from a court or anything like that, there's no orders like that.
2 more questions, real quick.
Was this drug related at all?
That's part of the investigation. Could answer, but I don't think he's going to be able to give you any information because it's part of the ongoing investigation.
Anything else?
All right.
Do you have anything else you would like to say?
No, we're good. Thank you for your assistance with getting this information out. And we will certainly, as information comes in for us to be able to make further comments, we'll reach out and make sure you are.
I will. I'm going over it.
As we move forward. Thank you all.
Okay. PJ, when you get the actual feed that has been cleared up, send that to me. I'm going to go over this with you guys, what I caught of everything. Yes, he is out on bond. He's out on a $30,000 bond that his parents got him out of jail on. Okay. While he was incarcerated, he was in there manufacturing and distributing, we're going to say hugs, but you know the other word. So in the prison, he was a hug dealer. And there's alleged allegations that he was still supplying the prison with hugs via drone. Okay, we talked about that last night on last night's show. So he did 100% of his time. So say you get 7 years and you get parole after 4, then you still on 3 years parole. Okay, but he did all his time. So he was given 7 years. He served the 7 years to the day. So they had to let him out, arrest him. But here's the thing. Did they have to give him a bond? Absolutely not. There are people in jail right now with no bond for way less serious charges. Okay. Attempted murder, very serious charge. And there's people in jail right now for shoplifting that have no bond. And this man attempted to kill somebody and hugs, and he got a bond. Now, of course, his family has aided him in these bad behaviors because sending him money in prison, taking care of him. We seen the photos of when he got out with his family, and they bonded him out of jail, and now he's murdered 4 people. He's not even been out of jail less than a year, and this has taken place. It is absolutely horrible. The only good to come from this is he released the baby, but he also killed a 15-year-old boy, which
30 seconds.
is a baby to me. Hold on. We may be getting the clear feed. No, this is SpaceX launching. Okay, let me pause that so y'all don't hear that in the background. That's the launch of SpaceX. I was going to get up and broadcast that this morning. So his car was found in Jackson. He was seen the day after the murders in Jackson at a coffee shop. So most likely those sightings of him were accurate. At that point, he thought he had got away with it. He thought he committed the perfect crime. So he wasn't really hiding. The bad thing is they probably shouldn't have released who done this so soon. Okay, they should have kept that a little closer to the vest, and they probably would have been able to arrest him without him fleeing. Now he knows that he's wanted for these murders, and he has dumped the car. Now I'm going to show y'all the road that he dumped the car on. We're going to pull this up right quick. It's a rural area, not very many houses. This is the road. MCO road right here that he dumped this vehicle on. Now we're going to take a little trip down the road. Let's close this so you guys can see the area. Nice area of Jackson where he was at. But this is the road that he was on. He traveled down to dump this vehicle. So he didn't walk from here because this is in the middle of nowhere. Somebody had to have picked him up. Somebody knows where this man is, okay? And I'm sure they're going to, now that the live feed is over, there was news cameras in that press conference that recorded it clear. And as soon as we get those in just a few minutes, PJ's finds one that's clear, we will replay the press conference where it's not breaking up. That was just a live feed. People are saying there's some storms in Tennessee. But every time they do these live feeds, it's like the police have the worst internet ever. Like they don't pay for the high package of internet. They get like the cheapest $19.99 a month internet, and their feeds are always terrible. Whereas I got the best internet you can get, and that's why my stuff is not all glitchy and breaking up. And it's like, damn, buy TBI, get the good internet. Have they found the girlfriend? The girlfriend allegedly is with her family. Now, the girlfriend to me has a lot to do with what is occurring. Now, what her and her sister were fighting about or what the problem is with the family, it is going to stem back to Caitlin, okay, which is the sister of Courtney Rose that was in the vehicle. I believe Courtney was the prime target and everybody else just happened to be with her. And he unalived everybody so he wouldn't leave any witnesses. The only reason he left that baby alive is because that baby couldn't talk. The baby was only 17 months old, and the baby couldn't be a witness against him. But somebody tipped the police off because they knew pretty quickly who he was. And I believe that is from communications on the cell phones of Courtney Love, Matthew, Adriana, and the uncle, because they all met at 7 months. My bad. 7 months. What did I say? 17 months. 7-month-old baby. So this is the road he dropped the car, and you can see there ain't much on it. So somebody followed him out here to this road to drop that white Audi. And we're just going down the road so y'all can take a look. Now, there is some very nice houses, but there's really no houses that point too much at this street. So you can see it's mostly the back of the houses, and hopefully somebody has some see how wooded it is right here. And this is going to be the area where he most likely dropped this vehicle with nothing around, just a dirt road. So that's where that road comes to an end. And I can almost guarantee you this is where they found this vehicle. So let's spin it around. And you can see that's the dead end part of the road. And it goes back in the woods a little ways. He is super familiar with this area. He is a very dangerous person. This wasn't random. It was targeted. But don't think for a minute that if he's on the run that he won't kick up into a house, that he won't hurt other people. This dude was hurting people in the prison. He was hurting people before he went to prison. He hurt people after he got out of prison. This is a bad, bad man. And he's not going to change his ways. He's not compassionate like they think. Oh, he has a heart. This man has no heart whatsoever. They think this man is going to call them up and be like, hey, TBI, I'm right here. Come get me. Oh no, TBI, you better do your damn jobs and get out there and catch this man. Y'all better get some extra police in that area patrolling them areas. For all we know, he's up in a house with a family hostage right now. You know, we don't know if he's out of this area, but you can tell he didn't drop that car off and walk from this location. It's way in the middle of nowhere. There's somebody else helping this man and picked him up. So we don't know what vehicle he's in, who he's riding with. There is this one house right here, right there. And maybe, you know, they need to be right now seeing if there's any doorbell cameras or any cameras on the house. And, you know, you would think a lot of people would have cameras on their house when they live in the middle of nowhere, but they don't. They usually don't, because these are the kind of neighborhoods that you can leave your door unlocked at night, right? You don't worry about nothing. And if you do, you have a gun in the house. And if anybody comes on your property, you put a hole in their ass, right? So you don't usually rely on cameras, right? Your light is off, Dolly. Your lighting is off. Okay, thank you for letting me know there, light director. It's too bright on this side is what it is, right? Is that better? Look. It's this bright light that's next to me is what it is. So he definitely has help. And this is the road where he dropped the vehicle. But as you see, he had to ride past some houses to get back there. So it leads me to believe he's super familiar with the area. He's been in Jackson for a while. And he didn't know at the time that they had figured out who committed the murders. That's the bad thing about social media and the news. Hold on, guys. Hello? Okay, so all the videos are just a bad feed. They recorded from a potato. Okay, what do you want me to show? What information? Well, resend it to me, because you sent me so much stuff. I don't know which one's which. So he is not surrendering, and then they're shared with me by someone who knows gangs. Okay, resend it to me because I don't know where it's at. I can't go through 30 things to find it. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So it's saying that he is an active gang member, and gang units are putting pressure on the gangs to turn him in. Okay. Now, I don't know what gang he is involved in. You're seeing that he's white as a ghost in the prison system. Usually it ain't like you can't be a part of the Bloods or Crips as a white guy. You can, but usually if you're white in prison, you're part of the Aryans, the Peckerwoods, or whatever they want to call them in the prison system where he's at. So are these people hiding them? Are they helping him? I'm guessing is the dirty white boy. Gangs in Tennessee. Yes, there is gangs in Tennessee. You know, you got Memphis, Tennessee. There's a lot of parts of Tennessee that are really, really bad. Every part of Tennessee, Knoxville, is not rural Tennessee. Nashville, we're talking big cities. And where there's big cities, there's a lot of gang activity. All right. But he dropped his car where I showed you at the end of this road right here. It's all the way at the end. It's a dead end. And he's familiar with these dead ends in these meetup spots because this is how he's been distributing his drugs at different meetup locations. So he knew that this road ended down here. And you can see it's a dead end. I don't know what just happened. It took me all the way back to the beginning of the road. I guess I was clicking too fast. Oh, I don't know where we're at now. we just got off track somehow. But this is the area. Let me let's go back to Marco Road. All right, here. This is the area where he was at. And you can see the road ends. Let's zoom down in on it. Let's get to the street view. And like I said, we'll take it on down to the end. And this is where he dropped the car. You can see the dead end coming up. Right here. This is where he's done dropped this vehicle. Ask Don well about Knoxville, right? Absolutely, because you got to remember, Don was staying up in those hotels doing drugs with prostitutes and where they sell kids at. Maybe he called Don Wells. I doubt that. He is gang affiliated, right? Because the prison systems. And believe it or not, he probably knows a lot of bad people. But he didn't walk. Let's be honest. These woods go deep back. He did not walk from here. He had somebody pick him up from this location right here that we're looking at. So he knew that location was there. And this is where he's dropped the vehicle, the white Audi A3. I'm from around Knoxville. So anybody from Tennessee that lives in the city parts of Tennessee will tell you there's gangs. Like Georgia has a lot of gangs. Tennessee has a lot of gangs. Arkansas has a lot of gangs. I mean, there's gangs everywhere. There's major cities. Criminals can Google their trip. Dolly, please tell me where the bodies were found. I heard in a home. No, the bodies were found on a dead-end road, just like the one we're looking at, near a lake, but not too far from the prison. Okay. Somebody sent me a picture of the Dodge Charger, and it does have bullet holes in the window of the car. So whoever was shot in the Charger, which would have been the 15-year-old male because that's his car, was shot through the window of the car. It appears. So definitely this man is still on the run. The press conference was the worst feed we have ever seen in a million years. Okay, we're just waiting for a better feed to come out from that press conference, and then we will play that for you guys in just a little bit. But basically, they didn't say anything. They don't have anything. They're saying they did find his car abandoned on this road with him not in it. We know they did see him the day after the killings in Jackson at a coffee shop. So most likely that is an actual sighting of Austin Drummond. They believe he is gang affiliated and people may be helping him. Maybe helping him is the key word. We don't know for sure. They believe he is still in the area, which I don't think he's in the area. I think once he found out he was there, he was wanted, he got out of the area. The first day, he didn't know he was wanted. He didn't know he was wanted until it came on the news. He thought he would be able to just stroll around because he was driving his regular car, didn't change his appearance, nothing the first day. So he didn't know they knew it was him until it hit the news. So he's watching the news. Action 5 said it appears he was living out of the car. Let's see what it says. Where did I just Action 5 News said he was living out of the car. I don't think anyone is helping him like we think. Oh no. This guy is a hug dealer. He ain't broke. He was staying in 5-star hotels in the penthouses. It's hard to believe he's living in his car. He may have had a lot of his stuff in his car just in case he had to get out of town. So he probably just slung shit in the car, getting ready to take off if he had to. And then he realized, hey, they know the car. They know it's me. And he dumped it and jumped into whoever's driving the white truck with the red stripe. I think they would dump that by now too. They just haven't found that vehicle. Somebody's helping him. It only makes sense because how did he drive 2 vehicles away from the crime scene? Got a tip or information share, email Dolly, Jimmy Jams. There you go. So I believe that somebody definitely is helping him in this situation. They're hiding him. Somebody gave him a ride, right? Don't you think in the middle of nowhere, you notice people walking around? All right. I live in a wooded area, dead end. And if I see people walking around here, I notice them. I'm like, what are they doing back here? Right? Because there shouldn't be nobody back here. There ain't nothing back here but me. And if you ain't back here to see me, there ain't no reason for you to be back here. So I kind of eye everybody. And that's how houses are in the rural area. That's what I'm saying. People, they don't usually have cameras. They keep, I got cameras, but people usually keep eyes on their things. And when you live in a rural area, you're usually armed and you sleep with your door unlocked and you don't think nothing's going to happen because things usually don't happen. All right. PJ's sending me a message now. Let me see what she sent. Says authorities are closing in. Okay, let's check this out real fast. This is from Nick Barris. Of course, he is Nashville News down there in Tennessee. Let me share this with you. It says the authorities are closing in on accused mass murderer. Police in Jackson, Tennessee report finding his white Audi hidden in some woods. I told you that's where it was at, right in them woods. I showed you. They say it appears Austin Drummond, who is accused of 4 murders, has been living in the car parked off a dead end of MCO Road. All right. So they're thinking he is somewhere in that immediate area and likely alone. Residents being warned to be on the alert. In the report, he spelled that wrong. Anything suspicious. Drummond is armed and dangerous with nothing to lose. It looks like TBI news conference postponed. it's now just a matter of time as the noose is tightening. Okay. So they believe he's in the area. I don't. Okay. I don't believe he's in the area. And I think the stuff that's in his car, he threw into that car. Now, has he been staying in the car? Possibly. But here's a picture of him without the goatee. He looks a little bit older, don't he? That looks like an older version of him. He's only 29 years old. This looks like a 39-year-old male in this picture here. But they got rid of the goatee just in case he had shaved it, because at the time they believe he had a goatee. So he just looks a little bit off to me. Like he looks older in this picture. Rugs do that. Hugs. We're going to say hugs instead of rugs. We're going with hugs. Hugs, this got a better sound to it. Hugs can do that. Yeah, hugs can age you, right? They'll age you. But that is the latest coming from Nick Burris. And we know that the press conference wasn't postponed. It was just really horrible internet signal on the press conference for this. And they really didn't have anything other than he's in the car and they're pleading with him to turn himself in. I don't think this dude's going to go back to prison. I think it's going to end differently than that. And I think you guys are smart enough to understand, without me having to say it, what is going to happen in this situation, either by himself or by the police. But I don't think this man will ever see another prison cell, because either way right now he's facing the death penalty, and why he would throw his life away like this is beyond me, unless he did this trying to get to Caitlin. All right. Now, everybody has been saying, well, Caitlin's probably what's behind all of this, but it could be that they are fighting and this was some type of punishment and he was trying to get her there and can only get the family there. It could be that. And we ain't really, everybody's been pointing the finger at her, but I think it's more to do with her than him trying to punish her, because there's rumors and allegations right now that she may be 4 months pregnant with his baby. He's just a POS hug dealer, not some big gang member. Well, listen, you survived a prison system, you're going to know some people. And he wasn't living bad in prison, so he has some prison connections. And we do also know that he was a hug dealer in the prison. So how did he get the hugs? He has to know somebody on the street that can get those into the prison, or he was getting them from Caitlin in the prison and she was bringing them in. Because not only was he selling hugs in the prison, but he was also giving her some hugs while he was there. Okay. And I mean real hugs, like from behind hugs, the over the shoulder hugs. Which is crazy because he was pretty much living his best life up in the prison system. And yeah, he was in basically a college dorm room, ramens and booze. Absolutely. So right now, there's no clear motive to why he has done this, right? At all. And whatever the motive is, or whatever reason in his mind that he thought this was acceptable to do, it's not. So there will never be a good motive for this. And I think that's what people are looking for, is the why. Why did this happen? I think that is the big question. Listen, when you're dealing with people that are insane, why, if he told you why, it would even make good sense, because our minds don't operate like that. Breaking news, Dolly, Murfreesboro, Tennessee police hotel. Someone is reporting. Breaking news, Dolly, Murfreesboro, Tennessee police at hotel. Someone is reporting. There is plenty. Listen, I am super familiar with Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Believe it or not, I've spent a lot of time. Oh, what? No, not in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I'm thinking Murfreesboro, North Carolina. You have to send me the link. If there's anything you want me to see, send it to my Facebook. Let me pull up my Facebook real fast. Update currently setting up perimeter around MCO Road in Jacksonville, Tennessee. Sure if this is a location of where the white Audi was found. He's not going to be where that car was found. And he knows now the car has been found. Now looking for a green Suburban leaving Walmart in Lexington, Tennessee about 15 minutes ago. Tennessee tag 944BKYY. White Audi has been recovered. Suspect still at large. Okay, now this was posted from somebody anonymous. Okay, but it's saying they are looking for. All right, producer's calling. Hello? The one about the green Suburban? Okay. They have dogs out searching for him. Okay, so the Suburban alert is BS. Okay. Okay, that got canceled. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. I'll see you in a few minutes. All right, bye. Okay. So they're saying they canceled the alert on the green Suburban. All right, leaving the Walmart in Lexington, Tennessee. That has been canceled. They're saying there is a huge ground search underway in the area of MCO Road. That stuff is being blocked off, and locals there are reporting a heavy presence of the police. Dolly looks like he's going to the casino. I am. Okay. I run that place. Okay. If you did this, now let's just think about it. If we was him, let's put ourselves in his shoes for a minute. Would you stick around? Okay. When they got there, he was already gone. Did he jump out and run when he seen somebody coming? Because he was on that dead end road that I showed you guys? Or was he already gone and somebody picked him up? Now, just because he got clothes and all that stuff in the car don't mean he could carry it. He may have been the only place he had to store his things. But if this guy had this money in jail, Murfreesboro, Tennessee is where Casey Anthony now resides. Thank you, Dolly and PJ. Army Mom 2020, thank you for jumping on the Blessed Express with us. You ain't blessed unless you on the Express today. You need some good vibes. Get on the Dolly train. Best train in the game. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Army Mom. That is super sweet of you. And for everybody that's coming in, make sure y'all, all I ever ask is you hit the like button. It helps new people see the channel. And we talk about a lot of missing people here. So it helps bring awareness to those missing people. And it'll help me get to my 100,000 so I can get my plaque to hang on the wall for all the hard work I've done over the years. So I'd appreciate it if you would hit it for me. It's the little thumbs up button underneath your video. You just hover your mouse over it like this and click it. Or if you're on your phone, which I know a lot of you guys are using your smartphones, you just tap it with your finger. That's how easy it is. It takes that long. And I'll shut up, okay, about liking the video. So we're going to stay on this. My producer's on the way back. She's always the one sleuthing for the latest, greatest stuff going on. And it appears that they're going to be searching this area. So people in the MCO Road area of Jackson, Tennessee, you're going to be hearing helicopters, dogs, all these good things. They're going to want to clear that area. Is the noose tightening around his neck? Are they about to catch this man? Is he on his own? Is he alone? Here's my thing. If I knew I was going to prison and the police knew where that vehicle was at, I'm just saying, I'm kicking up in one of those houses. You know, we know he's armed. And I'm going to be like, grab your keys, get in the car, drive. And we see this happen a lot. And if somebody's reported missing, then we may get an APB out on another vehicle. But I'm getting out of Dodge. I don't know about you guys, right? But I'm getting out of Dodge. And if you already killed 4 people, taking somebody hostage at that point don't seem to be that big of a deal. And we know he's already kidnapped somebody before. Abduction. He's been charged with abduction. And he's charged with abduction of the baby. All right, hold on, producer. Dolly Entertainment. He may be in this truck though. I guarantee you in the country that truck ain't gonna stick out as bad as a new white Audi. All right, peace. Okay, a lot of people are believing he may be in this truck. Okay, now I would think he would dump the truck. Me, myself, I think this truck does stick out like a sore thumb. But listen, when you're in a rural area, this truck don't stick out as much as an Audi does. All right. You don't even see a lot of Audis on the road. They're expensive cars. So if you're in a rural area, you're most likely not going to look as hard at this truck as you would a bright white Audi. Still can't drive 2 cars. That's why I'm saying they think he's alone. I don't. I think he had help. If you're in the Jackson area, just in case he did not flee that area, please lock your doors. Have some type of protection ready. Because like I said, if it was me, I'm getting out of there. All right. I'm getting out of there. And I hate to say it, but whatever I got to do to get out of there, I'm getting out of there. If that's make you take me out of there, then it's make you take me out of there. But that's the best. If he does something like this, or he, you know, some soccer mom pulls up to the stop sign at the corner and he carjacks her and lays in the back seat and makes her drive. If there ain't roadblocks set, that this is what they need to be doing. They need to be setting up roadblocks in that area. Anyway, a la Jackson, they need to go ahead and block it off. If he is on foot and he is running and he is scared, he's going to do whatever it takes to get out of that town. So I don't know how many ways there are into Jackson, how many ways there are out, but the major ways to get in and out of that town, I would set up roadblocks, old school roadblocks. That's how they used to catch criminals back in the day. That's still the best way, is to block the roads, make everybody go through a checkpoint, look in the vehicles. Right now, we're talking about somebody that's a mass murderer on the loose. All right, PJ's sending me something else. Okay, these are videos from the area. And it shows the police presence. Hold on, let's blow it up. So you can see they got roads blocked off in the area. That is Yorkshire CV right now is where they're at. Another waste of oxygen. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So we're already in that neighborhood. We have a heavy police presence. You tried to message him? All right, let me go see what these other videos are that have been sent. Give me 1 second, guys. I think these are all the same video. She just sent it 3 times. Let's pull up that street. That is Yorkshire Code. This is Yorkshire Code. This is where they're at. So this is the area that they're in. And this is the view we're watching. It's right down here. This is the area the police are in. And you can hear the helicopters.
Anthony Versane here with the franchise St. Douglas.
Switch videos on me. All right. So as you can see, there's a massive manhunt in that area underway. Residents encouraged to lock their doors, stay vigilant, right? This man could be in your area. You definitely could hear the helicopters. They're out there searching. Now, this white truck is still missing. They have never found this white truck. Almost there. Okay, producer's almost back. So hopefully something comes up from this and they find this white truck, or is he possibly still in this white truck, white with a red stripe? I don't know, but it's hard to drive 2 vehicles. Maybe that car had been sitting there for a while, but then again, we know he was spotted at a coffee shop in Jackson. So it's no telling how long the car has been there. What was he driving when he was at the coffee shop? That would be the $1 million question. And definitely a dangerous man. I don't see him turning himself in at all. I believe this will end and with some bang, 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 bang going on. Not good. Not good at all. So let me close some of this stuff that we got pulled up. And like I said, this is where they found the car. Right here. This is where the car was at. So this is the area that they are searching. See the wooded area at the dead end on MCO Road in Jackson, Tennessee. This is the road. So he had this car parked back here, and they believe he was living in it. But you can believe there's a neighborhood that sits right outside of here. Them people would have noticed that car, and somebody would have called in on a suspicious vehicle. And that's probably how they found the car, is somebody called in, right? So I doubt a random police was just riding down this dirt road in the middle of nowhere and found the car. What has happened is one of the neighbors have seen this car sitting there and they called the police. So I don't believe he was living in this car. Now, I believe he is staying with a friend somewhere. It may not be far away, but the more he's watching the news, we know that. He's watching the news. So he either has a phone that is on, and he's smart enough to get a burner phone. Okay. You notice, and it's probably in his man purse. He's smart enough to get a burner phone because he knows if they know what phone is his, they can track it. Now, if he signs into any of his social media, he is done. Right. So people, that's why he probably hasn't taken his social media down or anything. Listen, guys, I've determined Dolly liked the lights. Even PJ tried to fix it last night. Okay, is it that bad for you guys? The lighting on my face? Am I too bright for you guys? Okay, hold on. I'll adjust the light some. That make it a little better for y'all? Huh?
Dead. I tried to tell you that.
Is that better?
I can't see it, but okay. The reason people are saying the Murfreesboro thing. Where did it just go?
We'll figure that out later.
Where is it? Where is it?
There we go.
There's a comment under a comment. This is why it's so important to read all the comments under everything, because sometimes family members comment, sometimes there's other stuff, and people that are like us are sleuthing where they're at. And it looks like a person commented under a comment and said, I think they may have just pulled him over in Murfreesboro. I was just behind the vehicle that matches the description of the truck. They pulled him over at gunpoint in a motel parking lot. And the person says, which hotel? And they said, I don't know, off Thompson, maybe Econo Lodge. And the person said, help me, what truck? I've missed something. And then the other person showed basically like a picture, and Matthew's 1988 F-150 still missing. And then, let's see. Someone says, how far is Murfreesboro from Jackson? Quite a ways, about 150 miles.
That's reasonable. He can do 150 miles in just a couple hours.
Yeah. I just keep seeing all the pictures of the neighbors and everybody that's out and about watching this take place. I guess there's a really big active scene on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But I've tried to find that conference. It's everywhere, but it's still the bad version of it. So I don't know. And then I even
there was really nothing in the conference other than they found a vehicle and they pleading with him to turn himself in. So that was the whole conference. There was nothing else in that conference other than that. And they said they wouldn't say if they believe somebody is helping him or not.
They wouldn't say if it was related to drugs either.
Yeah. And I'm thinking it is.
I'm certain it is.
So.
Where's the.
It's a bad version all over. Wait. What is his parents' address?
Don't give that.
Well, we're not going to give out addresses here. We don't want nobody to go hurt his parents or anything like that. Even though they did get his ass out of jail.
They're probably
we don't want anybody threatening or hurting or doing anything bad to his family. This guy doesn't care. He's got nothing to lose right now.
Someone told you to go eat a Jell-O cup.
Eat a Jell-O cup.
You put it on the 1 minute subscriber only mode and it's like Troll Central.
Okay.
There's the truck is in the lake or river, Dolly.
I believe that. Guys, if you ain't subbed up yet, sub up. We're about to change how long you got to be a sub to be on the channel. So definitely sub up the channel real fast if you're watching.
I put some words in the blocked.
Yeah.
And I'm showing you right now the
this will help get rid of some of the trolls. right? Because I've seen some people posting some nasty things in the chat, and I had to block myself. So go ahead. If you haven't subbed up yet, sub up. We're going to change how long you got to be a sub.
Unblocked after I blocked them. I already had it. It was too funny.
Was it?
Yeah.
I can't unblock. It don't give me an
when you
option
double do it, when both like 2 or 3 mods do it, it's like you're undoing it. But I blocked it first.
Did you just share a photo with me?
Yes, because I saw in the chat one of the members said that they sent a map of something, and I had seen it earlier, and I just sent it to you because they sent it to me also.
Okay, and what is this map of?
That is the area where he was or where he is, or I think that's. I'm not really sure. That's referring.
That's the dad's. We don't want to give the address to his dad's.
That's what I was thinking. I think she.
Okay, so he was not far from his dad's house.
He wasn't far from his apartment either.
So, and if he has an apartment, why would people think he's living out of his car?
Right. I don't know. That's.
So he went home. He went to his family's house, and then he went and dumped his car. Do you think his family got him out of there? I don't want to show his father's address. I don't think that's a good idea. But it appears that the road that he dumped the car on is really close to his father's house. Now, his parents are the ones that bonded him out of jail. Did they help him get out of there? Now, we don't know if he did this the very first day and he's been gone, but I like to know the whereabouts of the rest of his family too. If the parents bonded him, why wouldn't they help him? I mean, I don't know. But definitely he is not far from home. That's why I said I knew he was familiar with that area. His dad lives right over there. So his dad's house is not far from it. It's just a few turns and you hit that road.
I thought he'd be far gone by now. Last time when he was wanted, they found him in Florida.
They found him in Florida last time?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, that he's from Florida to somewhere, maybe Boston, Rhode Island.
Right, because he's originally from Rhode Island, according to his Facebook, and then he was found in Florida. But I want to read that post because you kind of touched on it, but you didn't really go through it much from what Nick Barrett says, because he's a reporter. He can't say certain things without getting sued. So I really would kind of tend to believe what he's been saying, and this right here really details his activities, in my opinion. Like,
okay, go ahead. Do you want to take over? You want to share?
Okay, where do I want to start though? So where is Drummond? His photo is everywhere. There's a nationwide bolo. He is hiding, and it's highly likely someone is helping him, possibly fellow gang members. But there's no good end game for him. Authorities will close in on Drummond. I do know if he is caught and convicted, prosecutors will seek the death penalty, so he is not surrendering. And then there's this shared with me by someone who knows gangs. Drummond is now radioactive. Law enforcement is likely already cracking down on this gang looking for him. Fellow gang members may well decide he is no longer worth protecting and dispatch him themselves. My friend says he's seen this happen before. Austin Drummond is 5'10" with brown hair. His appearance may have been altered. He's believed to be driving the Audi, which they found so far. He had vehicle damage to the driver's side door, which we never heard of why or how he got that damage.
Also, I want you to find the scanner for that area.
I already had that. It was dead yesterday, and so I put it to the side, but I started seeing some activity again in the group, and I went to go open it again. But it's like I can't listen to everything all at the same time, so it's hard to keep up with it.
Okay.
Now, and okay, so this is another part of his post. This is the same post. It says the part about him dating Courtney's sister was true. How she was a guard and whatever, and then she was no longer working there. He had charges that were pending on him from the prison stint he did. And then he says, I've spoken at length with an officer who investigated Drummond in the past, leading to the most recent charges. Here's what he told me. Drummond is a relatively high-ranking member of a gang. Drummond was involved with smuggling drugs into prisons. In one incident, he was accused of using drones to drop narcotics over prison fences to inmates. This is very lucrative. My source who investigated Drummond also believes he fancied himself an enforcer for the gang and that it would not surprise him at all if Drummond has killed before. This is a bad dude with a long criminal record, but not too smart. We don't know how, but authorities quickly linked him to the 4 murders, and I believe that surprised him, is what he says. We don't see any tattoos on him. Like, don't big time gang members have like shown tattoos on them to like?
Not always. I
He
mean,
seems too clean cut to be a high end. I mean, I guess I'm thinking of like Bloods or something. They always have like a teardrop on their
well, I mean,
face or
even your
something.
areas usually have, you know, tattoos and stuff like that, but not always. I mean, there's members of gangs that don't like needles or don't like tattoos. I mean, he could be one of those guys. Just because you don't have tattoos don't mean you ain't in the gang. It just means you didn't get tattooed.
And you know what I was thinking about the baby? Some gangs don't believe in killing innocent babies.
I know, because you'll get to prison and they'll unalive you. Yeah, they don't go with that killing baby stuff. You can kill everybody else in the house. You can't kill a child. A little baby.
With the
a witness. If it can't be a witness, they believe in killing witnesses.
Right. Well, with the 15-year-old having his own car, I'm not going to go anywhere to touch that. You know, he's clearly a victim. Yeah, I'm not saying he participated in anything bad, but he seemed as if he was grown. Like, he already had a car. So, therefore, I mean, he's still technically 15, but it seemed like he may have been in grown folks' business as to why he was included and why the baby wouldn't have been.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, he can tell on you.
Yeah.
So he has to, you know, they would have knew instantly who did it if you left him there at the scene. So I think that's why they took out a 15-year-old, which is horrible because to me, 15 years old, you still a baby yourself. I mean, you ain't gaga goo goo, but you still just a small child. It's horrible to see somebody hurt a 15-year-old or any age to be, you know, for that fact. But 15 to me is still, you know, a small child. It ain't a grown man. I've never looked at a 15-year-old child and thought a grown man. I don't look at most 18-year-olds and think grown man. I think you ain't grown until you like 25, right? Until you got your shit together, you know, because I haven't met an 18-year-old yet that acts like a grown man.
See, that's how you know I'm clueless. Most the chat mainly is saying that most high-ranking members don't mark themselves. I don't know anything about gangs, so you can tell I'm clearly out of my league when talking about gangs.
Yeah, Lisa says on Facebook, she says Tennessee has gone crazy. And thank you for everybody that's watching on Facebook, YouTube. Definitely give the video a like if you're just tuning in. And right now, there is a manhunt going underway in Jackson on the ground. We're trying to, you know, get all the information gathered up that we can live here with you guys, bring it to you first. And they think that they're tightening the noose around this man. Now, Dolly, I think opposite of that. I think that stuff was dumped. He's been left that car. It's in the middle of nowhere, so nobody would find it. I don't think he's staying in a car in the middle of nowhere. I think that car was dropped there and he left. And if he didn't, then that people in that area are in extreme danger because what's stopping him from, I hate to say this, people think they're safe because they got a deadbolt on their door. I can tell you, I got a key for every door in the country, and it's his foot. Okay, I could kick your door open in a matter of one kick, right? So that deadbolt and that little lock ain't gonna keep people. Some people got really extreme doors. I mean, there may be a couple, but the average person, you got a regular stick door, you know, 2x4s and a deadbolt. And most people can kick through that thing in 5 seconds. Boom, they in your house. Now, we know he's armed. We know he'll hurt people. And if he thinks the police are on to him,
it's that cornered mouse syndrome. Like
trap rat.
Right.
Trap a rat, and that rat will attack you. Okay, he's going to do whatever it can to escape. And that's what he will do. Or he will ended the whole chase if need be, because he's not going back to prison. I just, unless they catch him slipping and get him before he can do anything crazy, I don't see this man going. He's young, right? 29 years old. Imagine how many years that is in prison. You got your whole life ahead of you. You may spend the next 40 years in prison, especially with the way they're doing away with the death penalty everywhere. And, even if they give him the death penalty, they won't execute him for 20 years. So he's going to sit on death row for the next 20 years. And time 20 years will come, they won't even want to unalive you anymore. That's kind of been sweeping the country a lot, is get rid of the DP. And I don't think we should. I think it should be if nationally. I think that should be on the table anywhere, because it gives, what stops you from hurting people? Because some people, apparently, they like prison. They don't mind being in prison. Look at Austin Drunnen. He don't mind being in prison. He was living large. He was playing video games, drinking Ciroc, doing hugs, and being a hug dealer. And he had a girlfriend. Most people
sound bad, like it's a great thing. It's like hugs are great.
I know, but I don't like rugs. Rugs just don't have a good ring to it. Hugs, people get it. They know what I'm talking about. And he had a girlfriend in the prison. That's what they need to stop. They need to stop letting women oversee men in prison. Okay, they need to cut that out. That if you in a men's prison, there should be men guards. If you in a women prison, there should be women guards. He will be called. There is no perfect unaliving. Jen says, thank you, Jen, for the super sticker. Thank you for supporting the channel. He may get caught because he likes prison. So he thinks he can do it because he's done it for so long. So he may not do anything to himself. He may just surrender and give up and go back to prison where he has friends. But the thing is, it's going to be different now. It's going to be different for him because he's going to go to a different prison. He's going to be treated differently, and they're going to cut all that shit out. And that's what he deserves, to be in a box under the jail.
Can you see if you can play that Fox audio only? Because I'm just reading through some of these comments. And
okay, give me the Fox information.
Hold on.
What Fox News is it?
Hold on. I just will go back to our combo and send you the link.
Okay, send me the link and I'll pull it up.
It's like a bit
where we can hear the audio.
Hopefully it's better. I just probably wouldn't want you to play the video.
Why is Fox a striker?
I don't know for certain. It's just one of the bigger. It's like playing CNN. I don't really. Then people get upset that you're playing that and not CNN. It's just too. I don't know. And it's better to be safe than sorry and not play it, because they may. All the bigger news are kind of.
All right, did
you get it? I did.
No, I haven't got it. Oh yeah, that's it.
But no, the reason I want you to play is because I saw something and I caught on to it when I was kind of listening also, when they were describing him possibly.
It says the live stream is finished.
You can't rewind it? Ugh.
No.
I hate that. Okay.
Try to find it online.
Okay. No, the reason I want to find it and go over this part, because I caught it also when they were talking about that he may have showed some level of humanity after by leaving the baby.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me believe that he literally unalived everybody and then had the baby still and then dropped the baby.
He
off.
did.
And so then he tried to backtrack, like he didn't mean to say all that, like we weren't supposed to know the timeline. And that was part of the conference that I kind of caught onto, but I see people talking about that here. I would want to listen to it.
Yeah, he unalived the people, then dropped the baby off. And then they found the baby. Then they issued the APB for the family, and then they found the family deceased. Yeah, he dropped the baby afterwards because they met there. So they had the baby with them when they met at that location. Because how do you get that many people to one location. He had to have told them something. And I guarantee it had to do with Caitlin because they all went there. Everybody went in different vehicles to that location.
And see, look, it says he tried to backtrack it, but I'm pretty sure he said show compassion afterwards or something along the line. I also noticed that he said they drew attention to the fact they were leaving the baby. Who is they?
Because I think they think he had help.
Because how is he driving 4 cars?
He ain't.
And then how is he overpowering three pretty much adults?
Well, I mean, you can do that easy with a firearm.
Yeah, but I guess.
You know,
Let me see if I can find this. This is.
Hey, it depends on how much ammo's in that thing, and that's how many people you can control. Okay, because you know you can control a whole group. And I was, look, I was in Jersey with like 9 people at the train station. Somebody tried to rob us. So, and there were like 9 of us, all dudes, right? So, and it looked like the RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan. But yeah, he tried to rob us. He was trying to lead us down these tracks out of sight. And it's a real known place that people have been robbed. And just happened to be a train conductor see us and started screaming and running towards us. And when he did, the dude ran and jumped a fence. But he was like, that's a dead track. He was going to take you down there and rob y'all. And there was like 9 of us, right? So we were probably in our early 20s, but he was going to rob the whole group of us. I mean, if you got a gun, anybody goes to do anything, he's going to shoot you. The train conductor said they have been found multiple bodies down there on them tracks because the track's been dead for 5 years. They haven't used those tracks. And these people, these robbers and these local people, they know these tracks are dead. So they know when you go down there, there's nobody there. And so many people have been robbed down there that's kind of a common thing. And this dude just happened to see it. And the dude was like, hey, come down here. Your train's this way, man. Right? Because we ain't from Jersey. So we didn't know. And he was like, yeah, I'll show you where your train's at. It's right down here. And he tried to walk us down these dead tracks so he could rob us. And like I said, he was going to rob the whole group. And there was like 9 of us. So, it's easy to control a crowd with a weapon, and he figured we were young guys and probably didn't have a weapon and was going to take advantage of that. And thank God that didn't happen because I started to get sketched anyway. As soon as he said, come down here, and he was so adamant about follow him, I was like, oh, hell nah, why you want us to follow you so bad, right? So it was already clicking into my head. And when I heard the dude screaming, I looked over and then, of course, I cut my eye back at him. He ran and jumped the fence to the tracks. I was like, well, thank God we didn't walk down there. So, yeah, one person could control 4 people and a baby easily with a firearm. So, and you got to remember, he's a grown man. Matthew is a kid, right? I mean, he's adult age, but he's a small kid. The 15-year-old is a small kid, and you got 2 women. So you got a grown ass man controlling 2 kids and 2 women. That ain't unthinkable, so what a scumbag this guy is. And we can't look at him good because he dropped his baby off, right? Because he killed 4 people.
He's just looking out for himself. He knows what they do to men in prison that kill babies.
Yeah, exactly. And it would be hard for
nothing out of compassion for nobody.
Yeah, he did that because he knows when he gets caught that he goes into the prison system after killing a baby, he's going to get shanked up. And he didn't want to do that. And that's why he let that baby survive, is fear of retaliation to him for hurting that baby. 1 guy, 2 women, 1 teen. Well, that makes 2 guys. The teen was a guy, right? So it's 2 guys, 2 girls, but both of the guys were young males, right? Basically kids. And he didn't, like I said, that boy might be 21, but he ain't a man. Okay, he was becoming a man, but he was still a boy. And so he didn't, he killed women and kids. That's how I look at it. Like, you didn't battle no grown man, right? A grown man would have probably fought for his life out there. And the kids didn't, and done it before. Yeah, I believe he's definitely killed before, right? He was bad when he was a teenager. He's bad when he was in prison, and he's a bad guy right now. And I hope he reaches. Okay, I hope he reaches when they catch him. I hope he reaches. And we don't have to sit through the court or him going back to prison or him living his best life. No man would do this. A monster. You're right. He is absolutely 100% a monster. And you're right. A man wouldn't do that. Right? A man don't hurt women. Okay. And a man damn sure don't hurt kids. And that boy was 15. I don't care what anybody says. He can be driving. He could have girlfriend. He could have kids. That don't make him grown. Okay. He's a kid that maybe has some adult responsibilities or doing adult things, but he's still a kid, a baby to me. You know what I'm saying? I look at 15-year-olds like little kids. I'm like, that's a little tiny kid. So what is this?
Those are the ones I could find so far. It's literally like, I've never had such a hard time finding a press conference in my life.
And it's still blurry.
I know.
So, I mean, we're just going to have to deal with the fact that the press conference was blurry. I'll play it again so people can hear it, but it's blurry. There ain't no clear version of it.
Stephen Sutton is here to speak on behalf of Lake County Sheriff Brian Avery and Dyer County Sheriff Jeff Box. And we also we'll hear from Deputy Chief Derek Tisdale with the
Can y'all hear that?
Department. First, we're going to have Director Roush come and speak with you and give you some updated information on the investigation.
Thank you, Kim. And thank you all for being here with us this afternoon. Let me begin by expressing
it's still skippy and blurry
to the families of these victims: James M. Wilson, Adriana Williams, Courtney Ritter, and Brady. We at the Tennessee Bureau Investigation, along with all of the law enforcement organizations there, have been working this case, understand the profound impact that this crime has had on the Lake and Dyer communities. This tragic, violent, and heartbreaking event that happened on Tuesday has shocked this community, has certainly concerned neighbors, and with the type of crime has people scared in their homes. Tragically, this incident has this community on edge. I can assure you that state, local, federal agencies have been working around the clock since Tuesday when we were notified of this incident, that we are working to determine all the facts of the case and to bring the identified individual, Austin Robert Drummond, in to determine what he may know about this tragic incident. This investigation began at the request of 29th District Attorney General Danny Goodman. I can tell you that our authorities, local, state, and federal, have been working on this since we got this call. The last confirmed sighting of the individual who is the suspect in this case at this time and is now wanted was on Wednesday in Jackson. The victims were discovered on Tuesday, July 29th, in a wooded area along Carrington Road in Tiptonville. Based on what we know at this time, we do not believe that this was a random act of violence. It appears, with all the information that we have, is that this was a targeted incident. This is why I think it's critical for us to reach out and appeal to Austin and those who may be assisting him to turn himself in, or for them to call us and let us know where he is so that we can bring him in to question him about what took place. We know, frankly, that based on information of the incident, that while this was an extremely tragic and violent event, that there was a sign of compassion, if you will, that we know happened, that tells us that there's a possibility that Austin may have a sense that that there is hope for him to be able to come in and have a conversation about what happened. And because of that, we're asking him to give us a call. Let us pick you up or bring yourself in. Find a legal representative and come by and sit down and have about what happened. We recently have discovered the vehicle that he was last seen in. The information has now been put out to the public in the area where it was discovered. Last seen driving a white 2016 Audi A3, and that had damage on the vehicle. That vehicle was recently discovered on the dead end of MCO Road. That's Mike Charlie Oscar Road here in Jackson. Law enforcement has put out a notification to those in that area to lock their doors and be alert. And they will notice a large police presence in that area, and for them to stay aware and stay safe, and to call immediately to 911 if they see this subject, or if they see anything challenging or concerning. There have been charges filed through the Attorney General's, through the District Attorney General's office. 28-year-old Austin Robert Drummond has warrants for 4 counts of first-degree murder, 1 count of aggravated kidnapping, the commission of a dangerous felony, and he is considered armed and dangerous. This is why we're advising the public not to engage with him, to call us if you see him, if you have information about his whereabouts, to reach out through the 1-800 TBI Find line. We have also, in conjunction with the U.S. Marshals, put a $15,000 reward for information leading to his arrest and conviction. And so we ask those who may know something about this case to please reach out and call law enforcement. I do want to thank our partners. This has been an absolutely difficult few days here in the area, Lake and Dyer and here in Jackson. It's been a difficult few days, and I want to thank our partners. There has been an amazing response from many authorities in this, and I'll mention a few. This is not a comprehensive list, but there are a few that I want to mention and thank for their dogged determination in this investigation. It includes our folks with Lake County Sheriff's Office and Sheriff Avery, Dyer County Sheriff's Office and Sheriff Box, the Crockett County Sheriff's Office, Dyersburg PD, Tiptonville PD, of course, Jackson PD. Also on the state side, we've had TWRA, the Highway Patrol, state parks, and of course, the district attorney's office from the 29th. On the federal side, we've had the United States Marshal Service, Two Rivers Violent Fugitive Task Force working closely with us, as well as the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Again, I think it's critical that the public know that, one, this is not a random act. And so I think if there's any solace in that, there should be, that it was not random. And frankly, an act that this individual that we believe is of interest and certainly have charges on. There was an act after the event that we believe shows some humanity. And so we're appealing to that piece, as inhumane as the situation is, but we're appealing to that within this individual.
Truck is still missing.
Come to us and tell us what happened, right? Let us work through this and figure out what happened so that we can bring some resolution to this. And again, I want to thank all of the agencies involved in this effort. And really, I'm extremely proud of our team here at TBI. They have been working around the clock, putting in every resource that we have to attempt to, one, investigate this case, but also to bring resolution. And so with that, I will turn it over to General Goodman for his comments. General.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. I don't have a lot to add, but I do have a few things that I would like to say. First of all, there can't be any more tragedy, anything more tragic to happen to a person than the loss of a family member. Unfortunately, we have, in this case, a family who have lost multiple people. And so our heart goes out to the family. It goes out to the family that's going to be dealing with the child and raising a child that has lost both parents now. So our hearts go out to those individuals. I would like to thank the law enforcement. This has been nothing short of impressive. As Director Rouse said, they've worked 24 hours a day. I don't think I've ever been so impressed with information has come in so rapidly.
TBI needs way better stuff.
Every 5 to 10 minutes, there's new information coming in. So without this team, the tier, there's no way we would be where we are at this point. So I want to thank them for that. The other thing is we are dealing with an extremely violent individual. This was what we would think is an isolated incident. It's not anything to where we think the community is in danger because of a person who may be out here randomly targeting people. We don't think that's the case at all. However, we do need the community to be very careful. We do not need them to try to approach this person. We do need your help. And we appreciate the media being here because there's a lot of things we couldn't do and information we couldn't get out without you. But we need the community as well. So if anyone does have any information, don't approach the individual. Just contact the TBI hotline, call 911.
Vice Lords. He's a member of the Vice Lords.
Not only is he known to be a violent offender because of this incident, he's been violent in the past. So we know that this is an individual. So be very careful. And other than that, I'll take questions if you have any, but I'll turn it over. Is someone else wants to speak? Yeah, okay, all right.
They had the worst internet connection ever.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the United States Marshal Service, I want to send our sincere condolences to the family of those affected. Again, such a tragic loss. I cannot imagine what they may be going through. And I'm a firm believer that the only way to achieve justice, if you will, is to hold someone accountable. And that's why we are assembled here today. Everyone here, although we may wear different badges, different lapel pins, our agencies have different names. Some are federal, some are state, some are local. But let me assure you,
They're using AOL for this press conference.
This individual has shown a propensity for violence, and he needs to be taken off the streets. We would like to do that peacefully. We would like for him to turn himself in. That way we can assure that he's taken into custody safely.
Yeah,
and
she
that,
can send it to us.
there's no injury to law enforcement or the public. But let me assure you of this. The U.S. Marshal Service will not stop until he's in custody.
Okay, hold on.
We have our whole team dedicated in prioritizing this incident, and it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when he's found. And it's not just here in West Tennessee, but we have support divisions at headquarters that are also assisting this effort. So as you know, there's been a reward offered, and to those who.
All right, go ahead, PJ. Is my lighting better?
Yes.
Okay.
I sent you the link if you want to read along or if you want to play it. It comes on the news channel's official website, but it's on the Facebook, and it was 13 minutes ago. It says, the man wanted in connection with the quadruple homicide in Lake County had one parole hearing while he was incarcerated. Austin Drummond's parole was denied based on several factors, including the seriousness of his offense and risk of reoffend. In a letter of opposition to his parole, District Attorney Jody Pickerson said he was a confirmed member of the Vice Lords and that he demonstrated no desire for rehabilitation.
Okay, so he is a gang member. He don't have gang tattoos, but like I said, you definitely don't need gang tattoos to be a gang member. Let's bring this over here and play it. I'm sure it's just going to say the same.
It's a 12-minute.
All right, today's date is the 23rd of July, 2020. The time now 1:07 p.m. I'm hearing your case from the West Tennessee State Penitentiary by webcam, and this is an initial parole hearing for.
Oh, this is his parole hearing.
Mr. Drummond, can I get your date of birth?
8/31/96.
And that's his voice.
TDOC number or your Thomas number?
541-332.
Thank you. My name is Jeff Barker. I'm a hearings officer with the Tennessee Board of Parole. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
If at any point in time you can't, let me know and I'll be glad to repeat myself, okay?
Yes, sir.
And would you have expected any visitors to attend this hearing today if not for these restrictions that are in place?
Yes, my parents would have been here.
All right, you've got a decision to make. Would you like to postpone this hearing to a later date to allow your visitors to be present, or would you like to continue and have this hearing today?
I'll continue today.
You want to have your hearing today without your visitors present, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, we can do that. Let me just update your file here. And do you have any new certificates or documents that you've not already given to your IPO?
No, sir.
All right. The purpose of this hearing is to gather information from you and your records and make a non-binding recommendation on whether to grant or deny you parole. This is just a recommendation. Your file and the information gathered today will be forwarded to the board, who will then vote on your case. They will either accept, reject, or modify my recommendation, and you will receive written notification from the board in a timely manner. Do you understand the purpose of this hearing?
Yes, sir.
Appeals may be granted for the following reasons. Number one, if there is significant new evidence or information that was not available at the time of the hearing. Two, if there are allegations of misconduct by the hearing official. And three, if there were significant procedural errors by the hearings official. Appeals must be submitted within 45 days from the date that you receive that written final decision from the board. Your IPO will have those forms that can assist you if needed. Do you understand your appeal rights?
Yes, sir.
Did you receive prior notice of this hearing at least 14 days ago?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any detainers or pending charges, either federal, state, or local?
I have detained, but no pending charges.
Okay, what is your detainer for?
I have I have to serve 6 months in the county jail for vandalism.
All right, hang on just a second. Let me update that. That's out of Madison County?
Yes, sir.
This is his
All right, and I
only
see that
parole
you're
hearing he was
serving the
given.
remainder of a 13-year sentence, and that is going to be all for, let's see, 1 Class B for aggravated robbery, and then 13 Class E's for retaliation for past action, all of those out of Madison County. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm showing this is your initial parole hearing. You've not had any before now, correct?
Correct.
And your most recent strong R assessment was done in June of this year. You were scored as high for violent with pathways of mild substance use, interpersonal skills, and vocational. I'm showing you've been locked up about 83 months since August of 2013. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
I'm showing your present custody level as maximum.
Yes, sir.
And you reported juvenile convictions for, well, these convictions here, you were juvenile, correct?
Yes, sir. I was 16.
All right. Any other juvenile convictions other than these 14 here?
I have some misdemeanor weed possessions and some trespassing charges, stuff like that. Drug paraphernalia. No felonies.
We finally hear him speak. It's crazy to hear his voice. We've been seeing so many pictures of him, but not hearing him.
And of course, no adult felony convictions, no supervision experience. I'm showing the highest grade you completed was 10th at Northside High School and that you got your GED in 2016.
Yes, sir.
Any technical, vocational, or college degrees completed?
No, sir.
And you have no employment experience, correct?
I worked at Catfish Cabin, a restaurant in Jackson. I worked at Kroger when I was 15, 16.
Okay. And no military experience, I'm assuming?
No, sir.
All right. And what programs have you completed this incarceration?
Pro-social?
Anything else?
No, sir.
I don't know. If
when I came to Matt.
bad boys, we would know.
And you completed pro-social life skills around April of 2015?
Yes, sir.
Currently enrolled in any programs?
Say that again, sir.
Are you currently enrolled in any programs?
No, sir.
Do you owe any restitution?
No, sir. Not that I know of. I don't think so.
All right. Looking at your disciplinary, your write-ups, I'm showing most recently, looks like you've got a couple of pending right now for drugs and a cell phone. Have those been to D-Board yet?
No, those haven't been handled yet.
All right, and then we'll skip on to the ones that have. I'm showing May of this year, a Class A for possession of a deadly weapon, Class A for assault with that weapon, also a Class B for refusing or altering a drug test. March of this year, showing a Class A for security threat group activity, as well as a Class A for refusing to participate. Also have multiple others. Looks like you've had about 27 incidents in total.
Damn.
7 of them Class A, 7 Class Bs. We've had threats, deadly weapons, violation of state law, drugs, and etc. Does that sound right?
Yes, sir.
Anything you want to say? Any statements you want to make about your discipline?
Yes, sir. These past few months, the assault and the deadly weapon, it came after it was self-defense. I was almost beat to death. That's where that came from. But before those recent ones, I went almost 2 years without any disciplinary.
$27 charges
Were
in
there
the
any
prison.
co-defendants
Wow.
on any of your active sentences?
No, sir.
Tell me about the aggravated robbery. What did you do to get this charge?
I robbed a gas station.
Were you armed?
Yes, sir.
What did you have?
It was a BB gun.
Was anyone injured?
No, sir.
How much money or what did you take?
It was like $40.
Why were you robbing a gas station?
Honestly, I was on Xanax that night. I don't even remember doing it.
All right. Using any other drugs or alcohol around that time?
No, just Xanax, alcohol, and marijuana.
He's lying. You don't remember doing it. What made you do it? Why didn't you just go eat some cookies and go to
13 counts of
sleep?
retaliation for past action. Tell me about this.
Yes, sir. After my trial, after I was convicted, I was on the phone with my dad, and I made a comment that I would be out soon, and that I had the jury's information.
So he threatened the jury. Wow.
So you made threats to go after them?
Yes, sir.
He knew he wasn't getting parole. That's why he served every day of his sentence.
But then he got out with the pending charges. Like, how does?
All right, I am sure there is confidential opposition statements in your file, as well as letters of opposition from the district attorney Jody Pickens' office that is strongly opposed to your parole based on the violent aggravated robbery, as well as the threats made to harm the victim and the jurors after the trial. I do see that you've submitted a release plan for your parents, Greg and Andrea Drummond. That'll be in Jackson, Tennessee, and you're requesting a temporary job waiver. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything else you'd like to submit or any final statements you'd like to make?
No, sir.
Give me just a few minutes. Let me look over your file, and I will have your recommendation shortly, okay?
Thank you.
Denied.
It doesn't even seem like he really cares for it.
He knows he ain't getting out. How do you think he's gonna get out? You got all that stuff against you.
Oh, Miss Ruby said the bondsman needs to go get his ass. That's true. Didn't someone bond him out, pay his bond and everything? That would be on them, right?
Yeah, his family. His mom and dad got him out.
All right, Mr. Drummond, we've gone over your file today. I do need to make note this is a early release hearing. You're currently not showing eligible for release until August of next year. We've also gone over your custody level as maximum, recent and discipline ongoing throughout this incarceration. I'm going to recommend that you be declined for adverse effect on discipline, also for seriousness of offense based on the aggravated robbery with a firearm and those threats to the victims and jurors, and also consider you to be high risk based on your behavior this incarceration, including your custody level and removal from programs. I'm going to recommend that you be placed on a review docket in 3 years for July of 2023. Do you understand my recommendation?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
This hearing is now concluded, 1:19 p.m. Good luck to you, Mr. Drummond.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So denied. So he knew he wasn't getting out. I mean, that's why he didn't care. All right, this is apparently shows the robbery, him on camera. Let's bring this over.
What an idiot.
In Jackson, Tennessee, and a massive manhunt is still going on right now. What you're looking at are exclusive pictures from that area where that vehicle was found on MCO Road, and there's a large police presence on the ground and in the air. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Alex Coleman.
And I'm April Thompson. Now, that vehicle was found in a wooded area, and Jackson police say it looks like the suspect, Austin Drummond, has been living in it and may be in the area. He was reportedly seen last Wednesday. Now, the 4 victims, ranging in ages from 15 to 38 years old, were from Dyer County, but their bodies were discovered in nearby Lake County earlier this week after a baby related to one of the victims was found abandoned in a nearby yard, and she's doing okay.
And this latest discovery of Drummond's vehicle has authorities in Jackson, Tennessee, telling residents to be on high alert and lock their doors since Drummond is considered armed and dangerous. WREG's Mike Suriani has been covering this very tragic case and joins us live from Jackson, where the TBI just wrapped up their news conference. Mike.
Hey, good afternoon to you, Alex. The TBI just wrapped up, as you said, at their headquarters here in Jackson just a short time ago. The press conference attended by a number of law enforcement representatives from the area, all of them who have been involved in this case. Now, during the press conference, all of them spoke. They all expressed, of course, their prayers and sorrow for the victims in this situation. Also expressed their desire to find Austin Drummond, who is still being sought. And as you said, his vehicle was recovered in the Jackson area, but he is still on the run. Now, the TBI director, David Rausch, made a very interesting appeal to Drummond, because Drummond did drop the baby off in the yard there in Dyer County. And Rausch said that action showed a bit of compassion on Drummond's part. And Rausch is appealing to Drummond to turn himself in.
That tells us that there's a possibility that Austin may have a sense
Clear
that there is hope for him to be able to come in and have a conversation about what happened. And because of that, we're asking him to give us a call. Let us pick you up or bring yourself in. Find a legal representative and come by and let us sit down and have a conversation about what happened.
And yes, I do want to say that every one of those law enforcement representatives to the man said that they are committed to finding Drummond. Now, a sizable reward is being offered, so they're hoping that will encourage someone to reveal where Drummond may be. Coming up later, we'll have more on this, team coverage on this breaking news event. Reporting live from Jackson, Mike Suriani, WREG News Channel 3.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. A lot of new developments there. And as we told you yesterday, Drummond just got out of prison back in September. News Channel 3 has obtained surveillance video from the convenience store robbery Drummond was convicted of years ago. Now, this was back in July of 2013. Police say he walked into a Circle K in Jackson, Tennessee, and pointed a pistol at the clerk, demanding money from the cash register. He only got away with $44. Drummond was convicted on aggravated robbery and was sentenced to 10 years in prison.
So again, a massive manhunt going on in Jackson, Tennessee right now, where authorities say they found Austin Drummond's empty vehicle. They say he was last seen in Jackson on Wednesday and believe he may still be in the area. He is considered armed and dangerous, and they are telling residents to be on alert. Of course, we'll have much more on this developing story throughout the evening on News Channel 3.
We're the Morgan Boys. I'm Matt. I'm Mike.
And
I'm
Okay.
Dan. Our family has been fighting for families for over 35 years. So if you're injured, call Morgan & Morgan.
So it definitely did not look like a BB gun. It definitely looked like a revolver. And I ain't seen too many revolver BB guns. Okay. So I don't think that was a BB gun he had. And to think about it, he only got $40. $40 and what, 13 years in prison for that $40. And thank God, right? Listen, thank God, because he would have just killed somebody before this, right? Because he's just a monster. He was a monster as a teenager. He was a monster while he was in the prison system, and he's a monster right now. And now he's facing the death penalty, and I don't think he's going to surrender. Right. I just don't think this guy's ready to go back to prison for the rest of his life. He may be able to because his life was so good in prison before. You know, he has protection. He's a member of the Vice Lords. He looked like he was selling hugs in the prison system. He had a girlfriend in the prison system. So he may go back to prison, you know, without a big fight. But I don't believe he's in the Jackson area. I believe he went there, dumped the car, spoke with his parents, right? Because this is not far from his parents' house where his vehicle was dumped. He spoke with his dad. He got some money, and he got up out of Dodge. What he's traveling in, I don't know. I think he ain't traveling in that truck either. They've hid this truck somewhere, the white and red Ford F-150, old 1980s. 80, I think an 86 or 89 modeled F-150. So I don't believe he's traveling in that. And of course, you know, they're looking for that. He's watching the media. Yes. Was you talking to me? It's an 88. Okay. Thank you. Now he got outside help. I forgot about the missing truck. Yeah, I don't believe he's in that missing truck now. I believe that he may have pulled up to the scene with one of the family members, and he wasn't in the Audi at all. And then he unalived the family, took the truck, dumped the truck so he could get his car. Then he dumped the car, and somebody's picked him up. You can believe if his family helped him get out of jail for attempted unaliving of somebody, they've helped him escape. All right, his bond was $30,000. So in most states, you got to pay 10%. So they put up $3,000 to get him out. All right, with a bondsman, and the bondsman's going to want their $30,000. So you can believe that the bondsman right now is on the hunt for Austin Drummond too. And you can believe he's contacting the family that bonded him, wanting his money. Let's call him again, Dolly. We have things to tell him. Just kidding. Dolly, call him again. No, we done called him enough. He's not going to answer the phone. And it just ain't going to happen. Now, people are saying that sounded like the voice that called back. I don't know. I don't have any clue. I doubt it was him that called back. It was probably just somebody trying to be funny, but you never know. And the whole living in the car thing, I think he just threw all his belongings in the car, and he realized, hey, this car is hot. I'm not going to be able to get out of here in this car. Because he found out the next day they knew who he was and they knew the vehicle. So he dumped it. And he hasn't been there living in that car. They don't want people to be scared. The police say everything in the world to make it to where other people are not scared that they're going to get hurt. They did it in the Idaho 4 killings. Oh, we don't know. It was they targeted the house. Remember, they even said the house was a target because they didn't want you to think that there was a serial killer or a killer running loose on the streets. They didn't want to scare people. They want people to panic. So they lie, right? Just like they're doing now. He lives in a car. He's in the area, right? He could be anywhere. And the police they want you to think that they got this under control so people don't panic and people are not scared. But you should be. This is a mass murderer on the loose in the community of Jackson in Tennessee. Listen, I would suggest everybody in Tennessee lock your doors, right? Make sure your vehicles are locked. Most important, because this man is looking for a way out of town. All right. If he's not, he's stupider than he looks. A normal person would be trying to get out of town as fast as they could. So lock your doors of your vehicle, definitely. Okay. If you have an alarm system on your vehicle, activate that alarm system. And I'm not just talking in Jackson, right? I'm talking all of Tennessee. He could have help. He could have somebody drop him somewhere. If he's a gang member, I'm sure, and he spent that much time in prison, he knows how to steal a vehicle. I thought he would have just changed the plates on the Audi and got out of town. But you got to remember, there's a bolo across the country for that Audi and for him. Now, I'm thinking when they catch him, he's going to have a shaved head. The goatee is going to be gone. And he's had some help. He's a gang member. In the gang, they're all criminals. Most of them are murderers and drug dealers and things like that. So to think people won't help him, you're wrong. They will. Just like there's gangs on the inside the prison system, they have connections to the outside, right? All they got to do is make a phone call. And you see they got cell phones that can't be traced right there in the prison. He had one. He had 3 of them. He must have a big man purse. Okay. He had a man bag. That's from all his years being in prison. I mean, he must have got a little roommate, right? Somebody extended his purse. So he's in a criminal organization. Absolutely. And they will hide you. They will help you get out of town. And he is armed and very, very dangerous. And right now, like I said, they're in that area of Jackson. They have that area surrounded. But I don't believe him to be there. Now, let me close this. Let me close some of this stuff that I got open. I want to just get to whatever rumors are floating around out there right now. Let me get to the most newest post, because this seems to be where everybody's posting. Somebody's asked about the flattened sentence. Yeah, flattened sentence means you served your full time in prison. He didn't get parole. Say they give you 20 years and you do 20 years, you're not on parole. You served your time. The only time you're on parole is when, like, say they give you 15 years and you do 10. The next 5 years are on parole, right? And if you violate that parole, they can send you back to do the remaining of your time. So he did all his time. He did the 13 years that he was sentenced to, and they let him out. He went to the jail because he still had, you heard him say he had 6 months to do in jail. And then they basically, because his court date was coming up, they gave him a bond. His parents went to a bondsman. They paid $3,000. His bond was $30,000. They released him, and less than a year later, before he went to court on this attempted unaliving, he unalives 4 people and drops the baby off. Because he knew he was going back. He knew. What did he have to lose? He was on the verge of going back anyway, and August was his court date. So, and what are we at, August 1st now? So he knew he was gone. He knew he was going on the run. He knew these things. This is all premeditated. He planned this. He knew this was coming. And it is absolutely horrible. Let me pull this over here so you guys can see what I'm looking at when I'm discussing things. Bam. Let's go here. Hold on, let me blow this up. And I'm just looking at the form of what people are posting, just in case there's any new information that may emerge. Here's what we just listened to, his parole hearing. That was posted on that group about 17 minutes ago. They're a little late. We already played that. Opposition letter where it said he was a vice lord and that, you know, he had all 27 charges while he's been in the prison system. Okay. And, I mean, ranging from bad things. We've seen that. And of course, he had a Nintendo Switch inside the prison. He had a bottle of Ciroc. He was playing GTA. He had a flat screen smart TV. So he had some connections inside the prison. Sarah Jane just gifted $1 membership. So if you got a membership from Sarah Jane, make sure you thank her. Right? The memberships ain't free. And if you haven't yet, think about joining up. We cover all true crime, big news events that happen. A lot of times I go to the locations, but I haven't went to this location. So, and if I go back to Tennessee, I got a lot of stuff to do in Tennessee. So, but you may end up seeing me back in Tennessee sometime. Of course, the prison system, we see this right here with him with all his food and living his best life in the prison system, which is just absolutely insane. What's the latest, Dolly? Okay, here's the latest. They have found his vehicle on MCO Road in Jackson, Tennessee. They believe he may have been living in the vehicle. I don't think that's the case. I believe the vehicle had been dumped. It was on a dead-end road. There right now, law enforcement helicopters have that area of MCO Road surrounded, and they're doing a grid search of that location. They got dogs, helicopters. Right? And did he dump the car and leave, or is he still in that area? The police seem to believe they think he's still in that area. I don't know. I don't think he is. And if he is, you know, why? Why would he have stuck around? Is he hiding in the woods? I mean, he knows he's wanted. He knows the FBI is looking for him. He's a lifelong criminal. He ain't a new criminal. He ain't just a kid that committed a crime and don't know what to do. This is a guy that's in an organization, a criminal organization, the Vice Lords. And he's not on his own out there. I believe he does have help. That's why there's two vehicles involved. There's the Audi and there's the F-150 truck. He has somebody that is helping him that maybe he knew in prison or he was in prison with. What's going on, producer?
This is exactly what I was talking about. Somebody in this forum that you yelled at the one person for posting that other day says, just listing a couple of interesting notes. This guy spent a decade in Tennessee's Northwestern Correctional Center, yet has no prison tattoos. By 2023, was living extremely well in prison to the point of having access to drugs, a firearm, and even food delivery. In prison photos, is shown to be drinking Ciroc liquor and widely known. I don't know what that has to do with the Diddy-own brand, heavy marketed with rappers and associated lifestyle. In prison, is shown to dress in a distinct manner: baggy pants, flat-billed hat, beanies, Timberland-style boots. White membership is predominantly not white gangs, is not unheard of. See David Dolly, who moved to New Hampshire, blah, blah, blah. Murders occurred practically on prison grounds, quite literally on the same road. Any prisoner trustee there would be extremely familiar with that specific area, and the proximity is possibly meant to send a message inside the prison. I don't agree on that, but I caught the same. I was questioning the same thing.
Well, you can be a white blood. You can be a white Crip.
I know.
Right? Usually, if that is the case in the prison system, usually you're a target. Remember, and we heard in his thing that he was beaten half to death. And I guarantee you, according to him, but I guarantee you, the problems he had were with other white people, right? Because if you in a gang that is prominently a black gang or Hispanic gang and you're a white member of it, prisons, believe it or not, are segregated. White people stick with white people, black people stick with black people, Hispanics stick with Hispanics. One place you don't want to be doing a whole lot of mixing race is in the prison system. Same way with jail. When you go to jail, you get in where you fit in. They have politics in jail and they have politics in prison. And it's hard for people to understand this because prison ain't the same as the streets. You know, on the streets, you can mingle with everybody. But when you get in, say you're a white guy that is a blood, and you go into a prison system that, say, the Aryans have a hold on, or the Peckerwoods have a hold on, and you don't want to be a part of them, right? Because what they consider is their strength in numbers. So every white boy belongs to them, right? That's how they view it. And if you don't, that means you're on your own. You're a fish. Okay, that means anybody can get you. And usually the people that are going to get you are your own people, right? Your own people, because you didn't team with them. So as soon as you go join a gang out of your color, you are a target to every white person in there if you're a white guy. Same thing, this is say a black dude goes and joins up with the white dudes. He becomes a target. Right, you got it. It's kind of get in where, or a black dude goes and joins the Hispanics, right? Or a Hispanic goes and becomes Muslim. You know, they don't look highly of that in the prison systems, and some prisons may let it go, right? It may not be a big deal, but there's places in this country you can't do that at all. You will get shanked up quick as hell in the prison system, and you know, there's politics. They got to do it. It's rules. Prisoners have their own set of rules. Listen, guards do not run the prison. Prison politics run prison, especially really hard, legitimate prisons, right? There's rules and regulations. And if you get around some of these people that have done a long time in prison, they'll let you know these things that, hey, look, you better do what you're supposed to do. And even if we are cool, we better be cool on the down low.
How did he get such high standings? His own cell, his own.
No, hold on, my kid's calling me, guys. Give me 1 second. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back with you. I'm talking to my daughter. You want to say hello to her?
I guess so. You gonna tell them how I broke my finger and have a concussion?
You broke your finger and have a concussion. Okay.
And I got in a car accident. Like, I can't win, guys.
Yeah, Tiff's been having bad luck. She thinks she broke her finger. She hit her head on a shelf today, and she got in a car wreck. And that wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
Guys, I don't know where my car is. Speaking of cars.
Okay. Okay. All right. So she's, you know, when you got a kid, they're super dramatic. Everything's a big deal. She slammed her finger in a door. It is pretty bruised. It looks pretty bad. And then she said she just hit her head on a shelf. And the other night, somebody hit her on the interstate. And hopefully their insurance is going to pay for that. Right. And I think the dude's trying to say he wasn't at fault, but he rear-ended her. Like, she wasn't driving. Her mother was driving the car at the time. And it just sounds like something I'm going to have to pay for. Right. And I'm just like, oh my God. So, you know, a daddy's job is never done. My cellie was a white Crip. Okay, well, see, there you go. There are white. A lot of people don't think it because you don't see it much. And like I said, that'll work in some prison systems, but there's some prison systems that don't work in. Like you're not really going to do that here in VA, right? You probably won't get away with it in Texas. There's certain places that you ain't going to get away with that, especially in some of these backwood ass prisons. You're not going to get away with that as a white guy trying to join another gang. You're better off by yourself, maybe, because as soon as you join that gang, you a target from your own people. And this goes into like get in where you fit in. You can be associates with people, but you can't be really super tight where people know about it, So, but this dude, Vice Lord, it just shows that he has help on the outside of the prison system, and that they're not going to find him today. I have no hope whatsoever that he will be caught in that area of Jackson. I believe that's just a dump site. He went there to get close to his parents.
He's not a very good criminal. I don't.
Yeah, he's not smart. I don't think he's smart.
I think he's cornered.
I don't think he may still be in Tennessee, but I don't think he's in Jackson, Tennessee, because he knows every cop in Jackson's looking for him. You really believe he's cornered in that area?
If you seen him at the coffee shop just the day before yesterday.
But that's when he found out he was wanted. He didn't know. I mean, he knew he committed the crime, but he didn't know he was caught.
The cops instantly went to his parents' house. They went to the girlfriend's house. They got all them places being watched. He can't go there. And I
guarantee you his parents called him and told him he was wanted.
I mean, I'm sure they did, but shortly after they got cornered because they're watching that place for him to
come he's not trapped. I don't think so. He has help. He's a gang member.
Yeah, but the gang members are now also being questioned, and they're not going to turn on him unless he's put them in a bad place. So, I mean, I don't know that mentality. I don't know.
Yeah, he ain't
nothing about gangs.
Listen, I've lived my whole life in the hood. Okay,
You're in a gang?
I ain't in a gang, but I've lived out here my whole life. I've seen plenty of behavior of criminals. I've known plenty of criminals in my life.
And got locked up at 16 and lived.
Yeah, you know what he got? An education in criminology. He's more. He has a master's degree better than Brian Kohlberger.
That makes sense.
Right, because he's been around real criminals that committed real crimes. He was in the maximum security part of the prison. Every con, every scheme, everything you hear, like, it's like sitting in a jail cell. I don't know if anybody sat in a jail cell, but when you sit in a jail cell, if you was an undercover cop, you could arrest so many people because everybody talks to each other and they talk about their crimes and they talk about other people committing crimes. I'll give you a prime example. I'm sitting in a jail cell. There's a couple people talking amongst themselves and they first meet for the first time. They'd be like, yeah, I'm from Harvard Apartments. You know Pookie yet drives the Cadillac. Be doing slinging all the dope, you know what I'm saying? They'd be like, yeah, I know Pookie, right there. If I was the police, I could go, okay, let's go get Pookie. He lives out Harvard Apartments. He drives a white Cadillac. Okay, easy to find. Thank you, short legs. And you'll hear that a million times in jail. And that's just how they tell on everybody just in conversation. Yeah, me and Pookie, we were out there, man. We were banging. We had that whole shit locked down. We were moving, man. We were making $3,000 a night. They tell that stuff, right? And then they share how they've done things, right? I was locked up with this guy. I called him Sticky Fingers, right? He came in the middle of the night. And you know me, guys, I have insomnia. So even when I was in jail, I had insomnia. Most people would go to bed when lights go out. I wouldn't. I would sit up and read books, right? And then I'd sleep during the day, just like I do now. Okay, so this guy comes into the pod at the middle of the night, and he's a young, skinny white kid. He almost looks like this dude, right? And he's on the bunk next to me. He comes in, he puts his stuff down, he comes up on the bunk. And the first thing people ask you is, why are you in jail? That's the first thing you ask people, right? Because I done been in the cell. I know everybody in the cell, right? So We don't know you. And the first thing you don't want is you don't want somebody that's done something to a kid. You don't want weirdos in the cell with you, because believe it or not, you can make them people leave. You can write them out the cell. If the majority of the cell don't want you in there, they'll make you leave the cell and they'll put you somewhere else. Right. So I asked this young boy what he was in there for. Right. And he said, I robbed Rite Aid. Okay. The drugstore. Right. And, I robbed a drugstore. I robbed a few drugstores. I was like, a few drugstores? He's like, yeah. He's like, I was really bad on drugs, right? And he was withdrawing in the jail. And I don't know if y'all ever seen people go through withdrawals, but it's bad. I mean, he's sweating, he's sick. And that was one of the reasons I was like, oh, this dude got to go, right? He has to go. Because one, I thought he was coming in sick, but he was coming in going through drug withdrawals. And I was like, what made you rob a Rite Aid? And he was saying that he was hooked on the H. Okay, that bad stuff that be killing you, right? And he was young. He couldn't have been no older than 20 years old. And believe it or not, he told me his crimes that he committed. He robbed 4 Rite Aids, okay? And the first one he said he went into, and he went in there, he said he was super scared. He said he went and got a soda, like a Coca-Cola, walked up to the counter, set it on the counter. He never had a gun, but he acted like he had one. He had his hands in his pocket and said he had a firearm to open the drawer. And well, not the first one. The first one, he just had the soda. And when the girl, he pulled out $2 to pay for the soda. And when the girl opened the drawer, he jumped over the counter and grabbed the money. But when he was running, he said he dropped most of the money and he got in his car and he took off and went and bought drugs. So the second one he did, he reformatted his plan, and he took super glue sticks, like the glue sticks, and he was rubbing them on his hands. This is why I called them sticky fingers, right? And he was rubbing it on his hands. So when the girl opened the drawer and he grabbed the money out of the drawer, it would stick to his hands. So I'm sitting in it. At this point, I'm laughing, right? Like, I can't believe this young dude, right? I'm looking at him like, you're kidding me. He's like, no, I ain't kidding, right? And so he was gluing it, putting glue on his hands. So when he grabbed the money out the drawer, it would literally stick to his hands. So the next ones he went to, and he said he had a firearm, but he never pulled a firearm. He just said he had one. And the girl opened the drawer. Same thing, glue on his hands, and he was grabbing as much money as he can. He said by the third one, he started getting super paranoid, right? He said he started getting super paranoid. And but he was hooked on drugs and he couldn't hugs. He was hooked on hugs and he couldn't stop. So the fourth one he hit, he said he hit it and he had left. He didn't come home that night. Right. Because he knew by then, he was thinking, I think they know who I am, because this is the fourth one he's done. And so he goes home the next day and he says he starts peeking out the window and there's this car sitting across the street. He said he'd never seen the car in the neighborhood, and it was his parents' house. He was living with his parents. Right. And he said he'd never seen the car in the neighborhood, and he started getting really paranoid. Some of them things you do causes delusional paranoia, right? And he said the car, he could see somebody was in the car and they just sat there all day, right? It sat there all day, and he was scared to go outside. So he said he eventually was like, okay, to try to kill his paranoia, he was going to step outside and see if anything happened. So he goes to step outside, and as soon as he takes one foot out the door, SWAT team tackles him. And the people sitting in the car were the police. They had been sitting out there all day waiting for him to step out that house. And they got him. And this is the crazy thing, right? You know how long this dude got in jail? How long do you think he got, PJ?
10 years.
He got 6 months in jail. He got 6 months. And they were sending him to a rehab facility to get off of the narcotics that he was on. It was the first time he had ever been in trouble. The first time he ever been in trouble, he robs 4 Rite Aids. And so anyway, the next morning, everybody's waking up in the pod because there's 12 people in the cell with you, right? And they're like, Jimmy, who is that dude? Right? And I was like, oh, that's Sticky Fingers. And then, instantly the gang banging ass dudes in the cell was like, well, he's Sticky Fingers any of my stuff. I mean, you're going to lose his fingers up in here. So already they don't understand why I'm calling the dude Sticky Fingers. So I was like, man, he robbed a Rite Aid with glue on his hands, right? So you got 12 people sitting around going, no way, right? They're all looking at him, right? They were like, man, you put glue on your hands? He's like, yeah. And the first criminal I've ever seen to do some shit like that. When he told me, I couldn't even believe it. And I was like, y'all won't believe how long he got. He got 6 months. 6 months, and he was going to do that in a rehab facility. And then he had to go into a halfway house for 3 months. So technically 9 months. 6 months in lockdown facility where you're locked up in the facility. And then 3 months in a halfway house. And he robbed 4 Rite Aids. So he's not in that truck. I don't think he's in that truck either. Okay, hold on.
Well, that's just a picture, but I sent you a short clip of what they're doing or what's going on.
Okay, hold on. Is that on the Facebook?
There's another one.
Which one? This one? First one?
No, there's the one that I'm sending you now.
You're sending me some. Okay, this one? You want
I
me?
don't think you got it. Yeah, that.
All right. Is this a video?
I believe it's a video when you click onto the article, and it's just like it's a video.
It's just a picture.
Oh, it freaking plays the article for you, but I can read it.
Okay.
If you want
All right. Hold on. What did it just do?
I can read it if you need me to.
Oh, look at this. New York subway riders
I know, I showed you that already.
flooded.
That was yesterday. Remember I said you were going to have an event to cover and it was like the apocalypse of the flood?
Okay, hold on. Let me pull this up that you sent me. See, I clicked on it. Oh, you got to click on it here.
Yes.
All right, let me share this. Let's probably gonna play a commercial first.
Dyer County, Tennessee. A man who says he has a child by the woman thought to be Austin Drummond's connection to a murdered family spoke exclusively with Fox 13 on Friday. Fox 13 reported that a family member posted on social media, saying that Drummond was in a relationship with the sister of one of the women killed. Friday, Fox 13 caught up with Kate Butler, who fathered a child with that living sister. She's also Drummond's former girlfriend. There's no feeling like not knowing whether your kid is okay or not, Butler told Fox 13. I had a feeling he was a bad guy just by looking at him. Related: man wanted for murder of Tennessee family was out on bond for attempted murder. May have had help when he abandoned baby. Butler said he's concerned for his 4-year-old daughter. When he went to prison for the first time, I found it online whenever my daughter. I did a little research, and just by what I read, I could tell he wasn't a good guy, Butler said. Photos, jail pictures show life behind bars of man wanted for murder of Tennessee family. He said his daughter's mother dated Drummond not long ago. The 28-year-old Drummond is charged with killing 4 of that woman's family members. Butler said one of the victims, 38-year-old Courtney Rose, is the sister of his child's mother. Whenever I saw that her sister and her sister's kids had been killed, I figured it had something to do with him, but I didn't think it was him, Butler said. Related: agents find car of man wanted for murdering 4 family members, abducting baby. Butler said he's not had contact with his daughter or her mother since 2024 because of a restraining order. Her mother moved off with him when he got out of prison, Butler said. She left the prison, She uprooted my daughter from everything she knew. So, I knew something wasn't right. Butler said his main concern is for the safety of his daughter.
Okay, when did mainstream Fox 13 start using an AI voice? That is just insane. They just like, look, somebody lost their job to an AI voice right there. Some news reporter out there don't have a job anymore. They're like, oh, sorry, we don't want to pay you $60,000 a year. We got AI for free. Okay, so
And then I sent you live at the scene or whatever of an apartment complex they raided or whatever, or they ran into
that they've raided an apartment complex
in Jackson.
Okay, because they believe he's got connections to the apartment complex.
Yeah.
Is all right, which was you just sent it to me right here?
That was the one before that.
This right here? The map?
No, that was just a map of the
this?
Yes.
Okay. This is probably his apartment.
Yeah.
All right, so let's show
This
this.
is a quick snippet of it. And I think there's maybe a description or
Yeah, this is going to be his apartment. This is going to be his apartment building, I think. Because he had an apartment there in Jackson. His dad lived down the street from where they dropped the vehicle. So, here we go. That's good. Well, we're going to have to go right. All right. So we got to watch the press conference. We know they found the car. Just a little update. If you haven't liked the video, please share this video. If you ain't subbed up to the channel, make sure you sub up because we're staying on top of this until this man is in custody. So make sure you sub up the channel, ring the bell for notifications because you never know what's going to happen, right? So no matter if something breaks big while I'm out at dinner, I will go live from my phone with whatever update there is. Hold on.
on the same page. I might need you to play another article. But
Okay, hold on. There might be one more.
This is from an hour ago, and they never reported this on anything else, but this is Fox 13 Memphis. So it says while serving 13-year prison sentence, he picked up an attempted murder charge. He was rearrested on that charge after his release, but made a $30,000 bond. Authorities also said that he may have had another person with him when he left the baby in a random driveway. We haven't heard that anywhere else.
Well, I've been saying that. So you have heard it. You heard it here. Okay. You heard it here.
Yeah, but
there's two vehicles being drove. He can't drive both vehicles.
I get that. I just mean that the official
And the police wouldn't discuss it. So when the lady asked the question, was he with somebody else? They could have easily just said no. It's just him. They wouldn't answer the question. So that leads me to believe that somebody is with him.
But listen, when they originally found this baby, they went and looked at dash cams or ring cams. They recognized there was two vehicles, whether they were driving one behind the other. But they named two vehicles.
Okay. They confirmed he's a gang member, right?
Yes.
What does gang mean?
Two or more group of people.
Group of people. Okay. That kind of right there kind of sums it up that he's in a gang. Most likely there's more than one person. And when they wouldn't answer the question, that's very telling by the police because the police could have said, no, at this time we believe he's by himself. They didn't do that. They said, we're not discussing that because they may be looking for another fugitive, and if they get him, it'll lead them to Austin. Okay, so I sent that to you, Dolly Vision. I tried to tell you, LOL. I mean, I've known, I've suspected this. Now, I don't know for a fact there's more people involved, but I'm thinking there is because it's just simply because of the vehicles in the beginning. Unless he rode there with them.
Vehicles that dropped the baby off. So clearly
one was following the other.
Both vehicles.
Yeah.
I just was mentioning it because nobody is officially
that's what makes me believe he's not on that location, that he dumped that car, got into another vehicle and left because the car is in the middle of nowhere. So if they don't catch him in that area, which I don't think they will by the time we get back from dinner, we can come to the conclusion that he got out and he got in another vehicle and he left. We know his parents are going to help him, right?
And they had a small earthquake near Memphis.
So, with that said, we're going to go get dinner. After dinner, I will come back and continue to cover this live tonight as things develop and talk news, rumors, gossip, what's going on in this. And make sure y'all come back and join me, okay? We've been here for 3 hours with all the breaking stuff today. And I'll see you guys and maybe give me a couple hours, right? So what time is it now? It's
Your
7.
girlfriend got arrested today.
Who the hell is that? That lady looked crazy as hell.
Pulled up the Virginia Beach locked up people of the day.
Oh, okay. Dolly, accept my invite to Jimmy Jams, please. Okay, I'll see what I can do. Can't make you no promises. I got you. So I'll see you guys.
Do you still have room on that page? I thought you ran out of friend requests.
You can follow it. You can't.
I think that's what they're talking about.
Well, you just got to follow my Jimmy Jams page. I got 5,000 friends and I can only have 5. I'm a popular guy. What can I say? Okay. So I got 5,000 friends up there. And so that's why I started the second channel, Dolly Vision, as a person. First name Dolly, last name Vision.
And you told people not to add it if they were on the other one.
Yeah, and if you're on my Jimmy Jams,
every single person that is on that one is on the other one.
Yeah, I tried to do that so I could have 10,000 people instead of 5,000, and the same 5,000 add the other channel, which seems to be what's happening. I share the same thing on both channels. So it's for people so that I can fit more people. So if you can't get into Jimmy Jams TV, then you can join Dolly Vision. And they're people like you add them, like add me as a friend. It's not a group that you follow. You can follow the pages because I believe Jimmy Jams has 9,000 followers and 5,000 friends. So what is that? 13,000 people.
That doesn't mean that like when you post something and it's not set to your friends only that they can see it.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I don't know exactly how that works. So you guys figure that out. Okay. I do what I can. All right. I do what I can to be as friends and, to many people as I can. I'm trying. You can also join one of our groups. There's a Dolly Vision group. There's Jack and Lily Sullivan Missing Tips and Clues. There's that group. There's a Dolly Vision group. There's a Dolly Vision page. There's a Jimmy Jams TV page. So I try to make myself accessible to as many people as I can. But you got to remember, them pages can only hold so many people. And we're growing pretty fast. So
you know what?
Get in while you can. What?
Somebody in the comments said they're searching and then they named the exact apartment. That's literally the thing that was on his truth finder thing.
That's his apartment I was writing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're searching his apartment. I'm sure they know, if we know how close that car was dropped to his daddy's house, they know how close that car was dropped to his daddy's house. So let's have a little faith in the police that they'll get their man, hopefully. And like I said, I'll see y'all at 7 now, 8, 9.
Don't tell him a time.
Somewhere around 9:30, 10 o'clock. That's about the time my show is anyway.
On Friday night?
Is it Friday night?
It's Friday night.
Oh, it's Friday night. It's Friday night. All right, I'll see y'all.
I'm into this story too. I don't care that you're gonna.
Okay, well, if you heard the producer, she's into it, so we good. All right, score.
Shut up.
I'll see you guys tonight. All right, y'all be here, or I'm gonna be mad at you. I hold grudges. And remember, check out our merch store.
That's the apartment that's under Caitlin's name.
Oh, Caitlin's name. Right, so she probably helped him get that apartment.
Or it's her apartment.
Huh. All right, well, we'll have the scoop on that when we get back. Check out buydollysoap.com. Get you some soap. It'll wash all the scum off of you, okay?
It'll wash your teeth scum. Scope.
Did I say soap? I meant soap. All right, get you some scope and some soap, all right? We don't sell scope, no. We only sell soap on buydollysoap.com. But we got all kinds of stuff. What do we got left, PJ? What?
Everything except pink sugar, which there's
we're sold out of pink sugar.
4 people that are
waiting
for pink sugar.
Okay, well,
For
if you're
God knows how long.
okay,
Pink sugar is my favorite.
we're
too.
out of pink sugar, so I got to make some pink sugar.
Pink sugar is my favorite. Well, no, after Captain Crunch, and we're out of that too.
We're out of Captain Crunch, but we got like Love Spell, raspberry lemonade.
God, we have so many left still. There's rose, some new ones that I don't even think some of the regular people that buy soap had recognized because you never even really mentioned them. We had like the rose petal, the lavender.
Our new Razzle Dazzle.
I didn't post that. I was giving that to Mystery Box.
So much for that. Y'all don't get the Razzle Dazzle.
When you do the Mystery Box, it's supposed to have something cool in it.
Uh-huh.
So I figured I'd include the soap that nobody else got.
So you've been adding the Razzle Dazzle to the mystery boxes?
I've been adding the Razzle Dazzle to the mystery boxes.
Okay, so you can't buy Razzle Dazzle. You can only get that in the mystery boxes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we had Blueberry Muffin, which was one of my favorites. God, I could be looking at the site right now.
Anyway, you guys just check out the site, get you some soap, and I'm telling you, it's going to be the best soap you ever order in your whole entire life. Okay. And remember this, if nobody else loves you, Dolly does. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace.